H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we got another special guest that's in the building, and he's in the building already. I hope you can hear me because I'm about to bring him on. And you know what? I always wondered how it feel to be in the green room, because I've never been in the green room. I wanted to know, could they hear me or not? But without further ado, let me bring on my man. Chris Walker is in the building. Y'all give him a hand, right? Oh, look what he got on. Oh my God. Let me give him a hand anyway. He got on. Hey, one of my best moments, one of my favorite moments from the Final Four was in San Antonio. Got a chance to hang with Chris and the Villanova Wildcats. Y'all won, didn't it? Y'all won.
Beat Michigan.
Yeah, you beat Michigan. Beat Michigan. And
DiVincenzo. Remember DiVincenzo came off the bench?
Chris, say it again. I didn't hear
you. Remember DiVincenzo came off the bench making all those threes with the Bucks right now.
Chris, wait a minute. Either it's me. Hold up. Say something else. Come on.
I said DiVincenzo came off the bench.
That was me. I had my volume down low. I couldn't hear you that good. My bad. Because I didn't want the feedback. But man, happy Women Rock Wednesday. I love Women Rock Wednesday. Chris, why Women Rock Wednesday? Because I remember T. Buckets was on the show.
That's right.
What was your? I mean, we just said Women Rock Wednesday. How did it originate?
We just needed one day to celebrate women in sports. All we talked about, we had a lot of testosterone going on the airwaves, man. So we figured out let's decelerate it a little bit and honor women. That's all.
Okay. Do you have a woman you want to honor? Do you have a woman you want to honor today?
You know what?
I'm going to honor. Hold it a second, because I got to shout out my starting five. Chris, you know the first five people that sign up. Let me shout them out first. Let me shout them out. And it's Women Rock Wednesday. So, Chris, guess what? The starting five is always women on Women Rock Wednesday. So the guys.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I see a lot of them up there. But Anissa Ville, I got my girl Tiffany Sanders. She keep me on my toes. I got Mate Cora. And Mate, you doing some good things. And you better start sharing this stuff. You rock today. She interviewing everybody. Real to Real TV. One of our viewers, Chris, Mate Cora, she's interviewing a lot of the top stars and the hip hop artists from yesteryear. She's interviewing on her show. So shout out to her. Let people know about that, Mate. We might to bring you on, but women, you rock today. I'm celebrating you today. Who else we got? Let me go down. I'm passing the guys. I see y'all guys. I'm just waving past you. I got Dale Griggs. I got my niece, Kim Chris, my fictional niece, Kim Jackson, is in the building. Let me see. I think that's 5 women. So, but Brandon Nickerson.
Is that 5?
Yeah, Brandon Nickerson is the 6th woman of the day. Let me see. Jessica Brooks is in the house. Jimmy, it's Women Rock Wednesday. I want to talk to all the women. But Chris, give me a woman that rocks. Give me a woman that rocks.
Man, I'm gonna rock my grandmother, man. She about to fill her brackets out, and she gonna do it like
Chris, you got to tell this story. You got to tell the story about your grandma. You got to tell the story, man.
She gonna do a brackets. We were doing the brackets yesterday on TV. She gonna do the brackets like she always do it. She's never, ever missed a game, never lost a game. Her brackets are always perfect, right? The problem is she fills them out when the game is over.
Hey,
she get about 5 brackets, and 4 of them are just jacked up, and that one bracket's always perfect.
Yeah, I love it. I remember you was over. I think you was over there. You had just left from there one day, and you were telling me about, man, Grandma got about 4 or 5 brackets over here. Every weekend, she got a break. All her teams are won.
All her teams. I'm like, how can every team win? I don't get it.
Well, let me go. Let me share a few things with you, Chris, to start this thing. You know, I usually, but I'm glad you're here because I usually go into my monologue. But since you're here, I
heard y'all had my friend on yesterday.
Huh? Yes.
I heard y'all had my buddy on yesterday.
Unique topics, Chris. Unique topics, and I'm glad you're here today because there's certain topics that I went and explored a little bit more because he brought some to my attention. But
okay.
But today, y'all, we're going to try to get to. We're going to talk about the lawsuit allegedly sexual assault against Deshaun Watson, which just so timely come out now, Chris. Now, and he released a statement. And you know, I hear people all the time, Chris, talking about this. The $1.9 trillion. What did it do to help me? What did it do to help black people? All that kind of stuff. But I know a lot of black people who got their finally got their what you call it thing? What you call it thing? Stimulus check.
Stimulus?
Yeah. I didn't get one. They don't give me one. But
I don't get one either. Keep going,
but what's so unique is Chris, it's the first time ever happened. They gave $5 billion to the black farmers.
Oh, wow.
$5 billion. Black farmers has been, by the federal government, black farmers have been put on the back burner for years. And Chris, we'll talk about that a little if we get a chance. But you know how people talking about they don't do nothing for black. $5 billion. Ain't no president ever gave that to them. $5 billion to the black farmers. And then I saw something was so slick the other day, Chris, and I'm glad you in the media, what his name, Sharania, you know, the NFL guy he tried to be like Woj, but he tried to, break news. Sham guy. If you Google him, you'll see him. He scooped Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport the other day, and they got mad. He broke the news about Jameis Winston signing back with the Saints, Chris. And Adam Schefter and them, they usually break that news, but a basketball guy broke that news. How would you feel if a football guy break up some news about a basketball thing? How would you feel about that? How would you feel about it?
Bro, forget about that. Do you see Louis Riddick, what he said?
What'd he say?
Louis Riddick said, I don't care what Adam Schefter says. I got people call my phone too. I'm like, oh.
Yes.
I have conversations too.
Yes, you do.
I know you guys all listen to Adam Schefter, no disrespect, but I talk to people too.
Can I tell you a secret? You remember years ago when he was on the bench and I was bragging to you about Patrick Mahomes? You remember? I said, this guy on the bench behind Alex Smith gonna be the coldest quarterback. We was talking about it. You was like, man, he on the bench. He don't even play, Howard. I got it from Louis Riddick. He was talking about him at the Senior Bowl. I was at the Senior Bowl back then, and he was talking about, we could go to the Senior Bowl back then. And he was talking about, he said, Robert, I ain't never seen nothing like it. This is what he said. Don't let that Big 12 Texas Tech stuff, talking about they air the ball out. Don't let that fool you about this kid. and now he wind up being one of the best quarterbacks in it. So yes, Louis Riddick and Chris, you remember we got into a little situation. You remember, you and Jimmy were talking about Booger. You remember y'all talking about how great Booger is. And guess what I said? I like Louis Riddick. And y'all talking about, well, I like Booger. You remember? I mean, you probably remember. We was going back and forth. I said, Louis Riddick is the man.
I like Booger. I think Booger's good.
Yeah, Booger's good. But I was just saying that I just like Louis Riddick. I like his style. And evidently, Monday Night Football liked his style too. Because Booger was out and he was in. So, but those are a few things.
Because Booger about it though. Booger a little bit more about it than Riddick. I like Louis Riddick, but Booger, Booger's a Booger.
So he's about it. So he the one was talking about them black players. Did you see his?
You had a problem with that?
I didn't like the way he said.
I didn't have a problem with that.
I didn't like the way. I did. Chris, I knew what he was saying, but I didn't like the way he said it. Maybe.
Why not?
Because he just singled out black players.
Well, he black. Why you got to talk about the white players? He's black. He's talking about his own people.
So if you're a black commentator, you're not qualified to talk about white players?
That's not what I'm saying, and that's not what his point was. He was tired of the stuff that we were doing. He wasn't talking. He's not trying to reach them. He's not trying to help them. He was like, I need to help my people. That's what he was saying.
So you feel he was trying to help his people that day?
I really think, dude. Let me tell you something.
Maybe I should go back because I didn't like it. I didn't really like it.
I've been a college coach around these knuckleheads for a very long time, and I'm not saying they're all that way.
Okay,
but I'm telling you right now.
Okay,
there's an epidemic going on. Matter of fact, I do. Obviously, last night I did the show with Ryan Hollins, who played in the NBA for 10 years.
Yeah.
And he's very good. I like Ryan. I need to get him on the show with y'all.
Okay.
I need to get Ryan Hollins on the show. And he was just telling me some stories. He said, man, I could never coach AAU. He said, I just don't understand what these parents and kids, he could not understand. And he played at UCLA now. Mm-hmm. And he played with some good players. I'm telling you, they own some different stuff today. I talked to a coach today, man. One coach today, they got about 8 kids going in the portal. It's different.
But 13 kids, man.
So, and if they got 8 black ones, they got 5 white kids now. I'm just letting you know. I'm just telling you, it's different now, man. These kids and these parents on some other stuff, man. They on some other stuff, and I'm going in a different direction. I'm just saying.
No, you're doing good.
For what Booger said.
Bring yourself down, Chris. We can't see.
My bad. Yeah. I'm trying to get my lighting right up in here.
Oh, you look good.
I'm saying that for what Booger was saying.
Okay.
Like if we really want to keep it real, Hatter.
Okay.
You're the same guy, Hatter. You're the same guy that will talk about black folks and their ignorance about politics. Mm-hmm. But they won't change.
Okay.
But they won't talk, but they don't want to learn, what the councilman does. They don't want to learn what the mayor does. They don't want to learn. They don't know what anybody does. Al Green, they don't know their functions. But they complain about everything. Right or wrong, Hatter? You tell me.
You're right. You're right.
Robert Hatter's also the same guy that gets fired up when black AAU coaches who got control over players won't send their players to black agents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We talking about self-inflicted wounds now.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That's stuff that's cultural, that's systemic, that we've been dealing with for 400 years that we think white is right. Okay.
I like that.
And
keep going.
And we think that Drew Rosenhaus got sprinkle dust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He had a banner day yesterday. He had a banner day yesterday in free agency, by the way. But keep going.
Yeah, I want you to expound on that. But my point is, all Booger was saying is, hey, man, Daryl Haskins, let me tell you something, man. Dude, you just can't show up and act any kind of way, man. Be a professional, man. Be a professional.
I agree with that part, Chris.
What's that? I
agree with that part.
I mean, and, we had that thing about Jalen Ramsey, and they ended up firing that coach and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, Hatter, that's the one thing I learned about my job. You think I can do the job that I'm doing and I'm not trying to make it about me. If I wasn't professional, if I didn't understand being on time and being prepared and treating people the right way and honoring my profession, we all and everybody on the chop shop know the same thing. You just can't show up any kind of way. It ain't white, black, whatever. Especially you cannot show up any kind of way.
That's good. You great.
How about I know this?
I like
Even
that.
when you show up, you can't show out. How about that?
When you show up,
so
what?
That's all he was saying. They paying you a lot of money to do a job, to play a child's game. You just can't walk up there and act any kind of way.
And I agree with that, Chris. I agree with that.
Especially when you look like us. That still exists. So you can sit up here and play make-believe.
Okay.
I don't care if you work at FedEx. I don't care if you work for the post office. I don't care if you work for Papa Do's. Go up in there, try to act any kind of way and see what happened to you.
I like that.
Man. That's all he was saying. They need to be scared straight, man.
So you say, okay, and sometimes it takes shock value. Like you just said, it takes.
And it take a dude like him.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish LeBron would say it. LeBron, you go buy all the teams you want. Hey, man, you go build all the schools you want. Hey, man, we need you on the other side to bring some more realness to some other stuff, too. Because they all think they're going to be you. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize you didn't go to school. You didn't go to college. You didn't think school was important. They don't know that part. They just know you buying teams and buying pizza joints and stuff and making movies. That's all they know about you.
Jim, I mean,
make that real documentary.
He didn't go to school, but he got educated. LeBron.
He didn't go to school. You're right, he was blessed when he was touched by God, bro. Because at the end of the day, if he wasn't 99.9% of the kids will never be anything like this man. You know what he's called, like Puffy? Did you see that show, The Shop? When Rich Paul was on there talking about, man, you ain't got to go to school. You ain't got to. And what did P. Diddy tell him? Hey, man, don't ever say that again. We're unicorns. We're unicorns.
Yes.
We're unicorns, bro. Like, no, we need to be educated, bro. Like, we blessed. We're unicorns, man. And one little situation here or there could turn your life into a different direction. You blessed, man. You favored by God. So don't make it seem like it's the exception, not the rule. Don't do that, bro. Yeah. Stop that, because kids are listening to you.
Wow.
They actually think, you know what I'm saying? They listening to you.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
How many? It's four Rihannas out there, right? Is it 4 Rihannas? No, it's one.
Just
Rihanna.
one.
It's one Rihanna. It's 4 Beyoncés out there, right? No, it's one Beyonce. Like, people don't understand, man. I'm telling you, man.
That's a good one. I like that, Chris. I'm glad. I love to hear your side of it. And I forgot my take back then about Booger because I was looking for the tape because I wanted to hear it, because I wanted to rebut you on you. But I listened to you and I understand. And I just when I'm on that platform, you say he was on that platform. He was.
Everybody hating on my Villanova hat, but
no, ain't nobody thinking about that Villanova hat. They were champions.
We get back to the Final Four again, but keep going.
Hey, they might have a little problem. Who they play in the first round, Chris?
We got Winthrop, and you know what? That's gonna be the last game Winthrop play this year. But keep going though. People lost their mind, man.
But Chris, I do because it's Women Rock Wednesday, and Women Rock Wednesday. I saw something the other day, man. LSU volleyball. Okay? They honored Miss Bridget Mosley as a hidden figure in LSU basketball. She had worked in a nutrition center for nearly 40 years. I guess that's the cafeteria. They call it the nutrition center. And they wrote something about her. They said Miss Mosley has impacted the lives of more student athletes than anyone else in the entire department during her tenure here. Her influence spans every sport, every athlete. She selfishly serves everyone and cares for all of the student athletes as though they were her own. She's a true tiger and a real difference maker. Shout out to the volleyball. I think she dealt with a lot with women volleyball. But she's the new trick. 40 years ago, Women Rock Wednesday. Let me repeat her name again so y'all can know. Miss Bridget Mosley. Some of y'all from the Louisiana area might know who she is. So
she played basketball there?
No, she didn't play basketball. She was over the nutrition center. That's the cafeteria where the kids eat. Okay. Everybody know the lady. Everybody know the lady in the lunch line.
Boy, you crazy.
Chris, you remember the lady in the lunch line, don't you?
So I mean, come on, man.
Shout out to her.
She probably seen all the athletes that's come through there.
So Chris, let's
I can't believe you, man. Like this Booger McFarland thing, man. That's one of the moments where, you know, Rick Wilmore probably, Rick, he probably agree. Rick probably on the other side. I don't even know what side Rick Wilmore on sometimes because he a Republican. But my thing is, who is going to speak to these athletes? If Booker McFarland doesn't say it, who's going to say it? You think Chris,
could you hold up a minute? In fairness to the people who haven't heard it, because we're talking about it, and I'm gonna help you a little bit here. We're gonna move this thing along because it's just not fair. Booker McFarland came on TV and said, let's do what he said. He said, it bothers me because a lot of make a mistake. Hold up. Let me read the article. It said Booker McFarland tried to place all of Dwayne Haskins' issues on every young black player in the NFL. Because he made a blanket statement. As if they were the only ones partying maskless with strippers on social media. Making mistakes and blowing opportunities is something that many young adults of all races do. It bothers me because a lot of it this is what Booker said, a lot of it is young African-American players. They come in and they don't take this as a business. It is still a game to them. This ain't football. This is a multi-billion-dollar business, McFarland said. He said, I saw a quarterback do it. I saw Jamarcus Russell do it. The number one pick in the draft. They gave him $40 million, and he threw it down the drain because he didn't take it seriously.
Mike Vick.
I tell you, so Chris.
So what do you have a problem with what he said? Like, here's my thing,
because all black players don't do that.
I like the boom.
Whoa. If you want to tell me something, hold up. You said something key early. You said if you want, he's trying to look out for his community, right? Well, why don't he go to his community and talk to the players in his community instead of on a platform? Hold on, instead of that platform, which a lot of guys probably wasn't watching him because he was on Get Up or something. A lot of black guys wasn't watching that damn show. So, Chris, that's all I'm saying.
So what platform they watching then?
I don't know. I'm just telling you. You said
because he's on the worldwide. He's on the worldwide. He's on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So what platform they watching?
But Chris, like Rick Wilmore, he painted all black players with a brush to the mainstream white media. That's the problem I had. You just said some key, Chris. When you go talk to young black guys, you don't get on your platform and talk. You don't get on your platform and say that, Chris. That's all I'm saying. Now, you got
Hatter. Before that man gets on there and says that, think about this. Before that man gets on there and say that, he's probably seen 200 crazy situations, and he just highlighted a few of them. Anybody to a man, right, understands, and you know this too. You've been around these athletes. You mentioned the Charles Woodsons and the Ty Laws, but how many crazy situations has Robert Hatter seen where you just shake your head and say, Lord, have mercy. This dude ain't got no chance. I don't understand why we keep doing the same things over and over again. We won't listen. We keep doing this. We keep doing that. Now, you come on the Chop Shop and you make your declaration. And I'm saying, like, man, we gotta scare these people straight, because he's right about one thing. You are given a prime opportunity to play a child's game and make billions of dollars, and you're gonna be like Lou Williams, what they call him, the chicken wing Lou, whatever they call him. And you you don't understand. And Hatter, I'm not talking. I don't care about the white players. Is not my concern.
Okay,
that's not my concern.
I got you.
It's not my concern. I'm not saying I don't care about white kids. I'm around. Yeah. That's not my concern. I'm talking about our people that don't understand it. And you can say, well, why you got to say it there? Then where is he going to say it? On what? Backpack? Like, what's the black? BET ain't even got a sports department. BET don't even show sports. Unless it's the Turkey Leg Classic or something. So
he's an alumni at LSU. He got a platform. He Booger McFarland. He can go anywhere and say it, Chris.
Is the country. His platform is to help everybody. Brandon Marshall on First Things First. That's his platform. He got to make. They didn't give us that platform. And guess what? It speaks to me. If somebody got on there and said, Chris Walker, we got to tell these people they got to stop doing X, Y, and Z. I'm not gonna be like, man, why Booker get on there trying to embarrass black folks? What them parents should be saying, like them same parents we talk to. I know Jimmy not on here right now. That every one of them think their kid going to the NBA, and everyone think their kid going to NFL, and not making sure their kids go to school, and not making sure they take advantage of these scholarships that they're getting. And then all of a sudden, when it's too late, they end up not getting to where they want to professionally. And then all of a sudden, they realize professionally they got to do something else. Why can't we say, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Why can't we say that? Why we got to do that in the shadow?
Chris, ain't nobody said nothing. I agreed with several points that he said. I can't help it. I don't like the way he said it, Chris. We can. So Chris, I got this for you because I took notes. In part of this, and I never forget this because I forgot who wrote it. They said if this was a conversation about big, tall black quarterbacks that were high draft picks and had blown it, then a comparison would be spot on between Haskins, to date, and Russell. But this isn't what this was about. It was about McFarland's inability to properly understand and communicate, hold up, listen to this, complex and layered issues like race and generational behavior. Hold on. When a workforce is as black as the NFL, then the math already guarantees that overwhelmingly majority of the players that do something will be black. Do something stupid will be black. Because of the sheer numbers. That's not a race.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Where was the hockey player that was caught doing that? Where was the? I'm just saying, like, where, like, Book. I keep telling you again, and I'm not trying to. I don't want to make it a white black issue.
Okay.
Booger McFarland trying to help his people, man. He's like, hey, man, you know what Booger said? Booger said the same thing my mama said when I went up to Villanova. That's 95%. That was 99% white. You know, my mama told me, boy, don't you take your black butt there and embarrass his family. Don't you take your butt up there. She didn't have to say it on Channel 2, but don't you take your butt up there and embarrass me, because you can't come back here. And that's in my household. But what I'm saying is, you mad because he called the dude out. The dude was a knucklehead.
No, I did not. I did not say I was mad. I just said I didn't like it. I said I love the content.
That's fine.
But I wasn't mad because guess what? I did the way I deliver content. Some people don't like that. So,
exactly.
And I understand. But guess what, Chris? I'm okay with it. But Chris, however, the most interesting part of McFarland's soliloquy was the part when he describes how he feels, and I want you to help me with it, how he feels young black players of this generation carry themselves in the NFL.
Okay.
All right. He said he come into the league saying, how can I build my brand? How can I build my brand better? This is what he said. This is what he said. Now check this out. How can I build my social media following?
Yeah.
How can I work on my Instagram to show everybody that I'm ready to go? But
no. Not that I'm ready to go, Hatter.
Hold on. Let me finish. Can I finish?
There's a purple Lamborghini. Oh, I got the right. Because I got something for you. I got something for you, Hatter.
I know you got something for me. But if you let me get to the punchline.
My bad.
Okay. You do me like that all the time. That's why. Hey, Chris, welcome back, baby. Hey, hold up. Welcome back. I love it. You keep me on my toes. I'm serious. So, but Chris, check this out now. How can I work out on Instagram? How can I show everybody I'm ready to go? But when I get to the game, I don't perform. This is what he said. When I get these dudes performing their ass off out here, Chris Walker. He said they don't perform. McFarland is 43 years old, a has-been.
Haskins, call him a has-been. See, that ain't good.
I'm talking about as a player. As a player, has-been. You didn't know Booker.
Retired. He's retired.
Okay.
Not a has-been.
Okay. Excuse me, Lord. He's a retired player. I'm retired.
You're doing right now what you're saying he's guilty of doing. You're tearing down a brother who has a platform.
Hold on. I just said, hold on. What am I getting at, Chris? It's quite ironic that McFarland is of the generation that's old enough to be Haskins' parents' age. Yet he's taking issues in how Haskins and his contemporaries are being brought up and raised by the same generation that he's a member of. His beef should be with his peers, not the generation that they created. That's the point I'm trying to say. All I'm saying, I said I love this. Some of them, I didn't like that talking about the guys don't perform.
They all don't perform. Let me deal with the brand thing, right? So, I don't want to make it as simple as when you want to. If
Jimmy, hold on. Booker McFarland is not on Monday Night Football no more.
No, he's not on there anymore. No.
Oh, Paul Miranda, get your damn facts right before you come for me. Louis Riddick took his place. Okay? Yeah, all right, get your facts right before you ever. Because if I see that shit, I'm going to tear your ass up. Now keep going, Chris.
But he was still on there, and Monday Night Football very popular.
He was on there 1 year and out of there. Okay.
I don't understand.
He was one and done, but keep going. Keep going.
Very good.
Keep going.
But anyway,
yeah.
My thing is, is that you know that Daryl Richardson, you can't blame parents for mistakes of kids. Okay. You know what I always tell parents? Here's a funny thing about parents. And I don't have any children, but I've coached I've raised a lot of kids. When a parent, and y'all can disagree with me if you want, when a kid is a good kid and he got great academics and he's well-mannered, what do people say 9 times out of 10? He must have what? Good parents.
That again? So
when a kid is a great academic kid and he's well-mannered, handles himself the right way and everything, the first
you say he got good parents.
But when a kid is a bad kid and he a knucklehead, that kid's just a bad kid.
Chris,
they don't want to say he got bad parents. That amazes me.
Daryl Richardson.
That amazes me.
Daryl Richardson. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. That's good.
You want all the credit when things go right, but you don't want none of the blame when things go wrong. And he grew up in your household.
Hello.
Like good kids don't have the same opportunity to hang around bad people. They make different decisions. So, at the end of but I'll say that about that. Just, and I'm not trying to chop on him, but here's the deal.
Hey, Chris, a minute ago, when I called him a has-been, I took the has-been. You made it a point. I took the has-been back, Paul Miranda. God damn.
We can't. We don't need to tear him down to make a point.
I did. Hold up. What I was saying, he's a former player. He's not. You wouldn't know Booger. A lot of y'all wouldn't know who Booger was if he wasn't on TV. Because I didn't.
Well, hold on. Who knows who Nick Wright is?
I understand. No. I understand. Chris, I understand. But just because you got your black ass on TV don't mean you know every damn thing.
But see, Hatter, but here's the funny thing, Hatter. First of all, this is what I will say. When it comes to football, I guarantee you Ryan Clark and Booker McFarland know a whole lot about what's going on.
Oh, of course. I didn't say he didn't know nothing about football.
I'm not saying that. My point is, but we'll put a mic in front of a rapper and let him talk about social issues and politics and follow him. When they talk about getting the vaccine, and I don't want to get too political about the vaccine, You know what they said? Well, hey, black folks, if you want black folks to take it, you're going to have to put Ludacris up there. You got to get LeBron, and come on now. I'm just talking about us. Like, this is what they say about us. You can't put the doctor up there that invented it. You got to put LeBron up there. You got to go get a celebrity, a rapper, and Cardi B to make people take the vaccine. So you're telling me if Cardi B take the vaccine, it's okay to take it if she said it. That's how they think about us. Okay, so when it comes to social media, when they say, well, how many followers you got, that means you're important. I'm like, come on, like, guys, come on now, man. Like, it and by the way, it's free for a reason. Just because they making $1 billion on something that y'all think y'all gonna make money at, putting your children on there and putting your butts out there and putting and chopping people up, because ain't none of y'all getting paid to do it. But y'all telling it's necessary. Well, why is it necessary? You get paid? Somebody getting paid, but you ain't. I don't know anybody. I don't know very few people that Twitter and Instagram have actually gotten a job. I know a lot of people lost their lives over it. I know a lot of people lost their livelihoods when they go. I know a lot of people that have been desecrated by social media. So just because it's something to do, right? Mm-hmm. Don't. I know people that like to swim with the sharks. Don't mean I want to do it.
Chris, you said something key a minute ago.
It'll be something. Listen, it'll be another fast sooner or later, and they'll be like, "Oh, you gotta get on. Forget about that. What's the other one? You gotta go to Clubhouse. That's the new thing now." Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Who make it? It'll be something else next.
Chris, somebody is on this Facebook feed. I mean, on this feed right now, who texts me and said, "How do you need to come on Clubhouse?" I said, "For what? I don't like the damn social media I got already. I don't need another one." But Chris, you said something key about how we would put people who don't know nothing about the vaccine and talk, and they'll try to put those people in front of us to talk. I think on December the 13th, last December 13th, I researched this young lady. I don't know if you know her. Have you ever heard of Dr. Kismika Corbett?
But she's one of the ones that invented it?
They call her Dr. She was what?
She's one of the ones that invented one of those vaccines?
Yes. A 34-year, this Women Rock Wednesday, right? A 34-year-old scientist who leads the National Institute of Health vaccine research. I didn't say she would, Chris, she leads the National Institutes of Health vaccine research and is the forefront on the Moderna medicine development. That's one of the reasons that I wanted the Moderna. I was telling I want the Johnson and want a one-hitter quitter. But
Coach, they don't want to hear about her hatter. She can't make a layup.
I don't care if they don't want to hear about it. They gonna hear about it today.
She can't hit a tennis ball.
And I apologize to Booger. Huh? What?
She can't run a football. They don't want to hear about that. That's what Booger Mafali is saying.
But all I'm trying to tell, but Chris, it's Women Rock Wednesday.
My bad.
Forget what Booger said. A black woman developed a vaccine that's helping beat COVID.
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
But keep going, Chris. Come on, Booger.
But here's my thing. My point is, because we're bringing up social media and we're bringing up my brand. Do you know that only 2% of the athletes control billions of the dollars that are rolled out when it comes to ads? You don't see every athlete get no commercials. Like, you don't, them dudes ain't making it. It's not like that.
Right.
You've been in that world. Them dudes like, well, I got to build my brand up. Negro, you ain't got a brand. Paul Mahomes got a brand. Tom Brady got a brand.
Yeah.
You were the third string cornerback of the Cincinnati Bengals. You don't have a brand.
Oh, Chris, watch yourself. Coach,
I'm just saying.
Coach, you were a big proponent. But you were a big proponent, Chris, of the name, image, and likeness that these high school players.
Because they working for free. You notice I said Cincinnati Bengals, right? So what I'm saying is the kids, if the universities are profiting, right, and building billions of dollars, and Kyle Field puts a $400 million renovation on a field, you know why they do that? To attract more players. And you know why they do it? They don't have to pay the players because the antiquated rule is still in place. And then they say, well, we can't fix it. Then stop building stuff then. But you know what they do? They keep building and building to get us to make our kids go there. Right? Okay. And it's just a conveyor belt and it keeps turning. And then they say, well, they don't want to learn. And then our dumb butts, you know what we say? Let me tell you how dumb we are sometimes.
I ain't gonna let you keep talking about my black people, but keep going.
They better stop talking about my hat. I know they're talking about my hat small. They better stop talking about my But listen though, this is what people don't understand, and you can attest to this. And I know some of the people on here that know sports, because we got some very savvy sports people.
Yeah.
They'll say they can't learn calculus, and they don't want to read books. Have you ever seen an NFL playbook?
Oh my goodness, I couldn't read it.
Have you ever seen an NFL playbook?
Yeah.
Do they know how many times in an NBA game they got a different coverage, right, on one possession that they have to know like that? You know how smart you got to be to play middle linebacker or quarterback? How you got to read defenses and you got to watch film? But yet they don't think they can be lawyers because they don't like reading. They don't think they can be scientists or be in social or forget being in social media, invent a social media company because they don't like algorithms. But yet they know analytics to play basketball. That's how they getting us. I'm telling you, they making us think that all of us can play that game. It's only 30 NBA teams, Hatter. It ain't gonna be 30 more. So what are we talking about? Why are we sitting there having these? Just because basketball is popular, don't mean everybody can do it. Hatter, I can drive right now in New York City. They got a lottery sign that says $800 million. 800 million people can play it, but only one gonna win. That's what we do with our lives, Coach.
Hey, no, keep this Chris going, but I gotta take a break, Chris. No, Chris, we didn't win for Chris. I love that. Keep that going because I got something else for you, Chris McFarland. I got something else for you,
Chris.
Tammy Allen here, your relationship coach. Tell me, do you and your partner feel like you're struggling to communicate and have begun living like roommates? No need to worry. I can teach you new, healthy communication skills to improve your relationship. I provide coaching via teleconferencing from the convenience of any location, including your own home. Call me today to schedule your first appointment at 713-597-4499, or you can find more information at my website, www.allencounselinggroup.com. I look forward to working with you. Hey there, everyone. Tammy.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop.
Hatter, I went and changed it for him, Hatter.
Okay. Oh, man, the Chop Shop, the number one urban sports talk show. Also, hey, welcome back. Robert Hatter, Jim Hicks, Chris Walker is back. He's back. Hold up, Chris. But Chris, before you go there, I got to talk about Alex. Chris, when you first brought me Alex, it's AALAX. First time you ever brought me on the show. Y'all, he tried to trick me. On the show was a guest, Coach Leah was a guest with me that day, Chris. Long time ago when you had another show you remember the other show you had? You brought me on as a guest. And Coach Leah was on the show. But Coach Leah had got a company called Alex, Chris, that where she shares her optimal performance strategies for youth programming, as well as career and life coaching to small business owners, and Chris, and to female executives in male-dominated industries. And Alex, you can Yeah. Oh, unbelievable. Alex, stand for Chris. The art, the Institute of Art, Academic Leadership, and Academic Excellence. That's Alex. Great program. Check her out. I'm gonna scroll her telephone number and all that information across the screen soon. So check her out if you need her services. She come. Guess what? She come from being a guest on your show to a guest on the on your other Chop Shop show. Now on Monday, on Wednesday, she said, "I wanted to step up, Rob, and I wanted to be a sponsor. I wanted to be a partner on Women Rock Wins." I'm just so proud of her to just say, "Hey, Black women rock. You rock."
I'm gonna take it a step further.
Okay.
Leah is the one that got me to start my radio show.
Wow.
That's right. I gotta give her.
Wow.
Hey, listen, that's the truth. Leah was the one that brought me to the table. Wow. And I started doing radio because of Leah. That's a true story.
Oh, see, y'all see how this stuff.
Gate opener.
Chris, you know what my thing was? And you said some key, and I wanted to share this, which I shared it with Gary yesterday, and I want to share it with everybody. That's why I took what I said, and I shouldn't have said it about Booger. I shouldn't ever say that about Booger. I know African American man, but just me and cause in my competitive ways, I call you washed up, but no way. I would never think he's not a professional, because I know what he means to me, and I know him being on there. Him and Louis Riddick, and we said something yesterday, because we got to, and I got to get better at it. Just because I'm lifting Louis Riddick up, I can't try to lessen Booger's accomplishments. Just like I came on yesterday, just show how people are. I came on yesterday, and I mentioned LeBron James buying a team, being a part owner of the we could
first
talk
black
about
owner,
a part owner of the Boston Red Sox. A strategic moment. You know he playing chess. And if y'all didn't notice, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, Jay-Z is liquefying his assets. He's about to make a power move also. You remember, these guys know each other. Okay? Don't ever forget that. But Chris, I brought up the fact that I talked about LeBron. And Gary Charles went on his LeBron. I like LeBron on and off the floor. I think LeBron is best. And I just came back and said, well, on and off the floor, I think Michael Jordan had the most impact. But guess what? And it's okay. I talked about LeBron on the show. I wasn't trying to lessen LeBron's effect. So we got so what I'm trying to get you to understand, Chris, is how the social structure see us. And then it's a governance structure, and how we see each other. How I see Chris Walker, how I see Sonia Billingsley, how I see her, and how I respect her. That's why I retract my words against Booger. Because I got to get out. I can't say he's a has-been.
No, you can't say that.
I can't say that. And I was absolutely wrong. But guess what? If all of us get where how we see each other is way more important than anything. We just got to start seeing each other as the kings we are, and we got to start. Every time we got some people, when you mention a person, they always got some bad to say about the person.
That's human. That's human nature, man.
Okay.
That's human nature. You never. Like people don't think before they talk. That's like it's like with social media, think before you push send. Mm-hmm. People they get caught up in their emotions. They can't control it. And as I say, adversity doesn't build character. Adversity reveals character.
Right.
And people don't know what that means. Yeah, there are some things that make you tougher. You're right.
Yeah.
But there are some things that you find out what somebody really made of. And whether that's in your marriage, whether that's what raising your children, whether it's at your job, or whether it's in your friendships, you find out. And it's okay to have people love the harvest, but they hate the droughts, Hatter. You know what I'm saying? And a drought is part of it. It's
Yeah.
part of it. You know, and my thing is they don't realize that people use cow manure and horse manure to make plants that we eat today. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, like, see, my thing with our people is, and I know people on the Chop Shop and the Boom Boom Room will disagree with me, that, and I had to really just look in the mirror and take some self inventory, and that's why I say there's proud black and there's pro black. There's two. There's proud black and there's pro black.
Okay.
And my thing, I'm like, yo, Chris, you know what? If you're gonna walk around and talk about, and there's nothing wrong with being proud to be black. I got no problem with that. You know, I'm not mad about that.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, there needs to be a part of me that needs to understand what people went through for me to sit on that table at CBS, Irv Cross, right? What that dude went through. You know what I mean? Like, people don't sit up there with Clark Kellogg,
right,
and be like, you know, what people don't know. And I shouldn't say people don't know, because they own little bubble. They know, they deal with the same thing I deal with.
Yeah.
And that's why Booger McFarland says what he says. That's why Chris Walker, when he coached AAU teams, this is a true story. I'm telling you, I swear to God. And he probably won't care that I tell you the story. I got a phone call the other day. I was sitting there getting prepared to go on air. And you know who called me, man? Out the blue. Went to straight Jesuit high school.
Who?
Joey Brooks. Remember Joey Brooks?
Yes.
Joey Brooks went to Notre Dame.
Yes.
Right? No matter what y'all think about him as a player, we got him to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
He graduated. Mom and daddy are lawyers. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he called me the other day. He's assistant coach at Nickel State. They won the conference this year. Right? He said, Coach,
they won the conference, but they didn't win the tournament.
They lost the tournament.
Okay.
But he says, Coach, I just want to thank you for everything you did. I didn't realize when I was playing for you, I thought you was crazy. I didn't realize when I was playing for you what you were doing. Thank God that I played for you, a guy that played, a guy that been to a place like a Notre Dame, a guy who was a coach, and you can cut. You ever see the Tarzan movie, right? When the old Tarzan movies, because, you know, we was all black, and unfortunately we was cheering for Tarzan because that's the way the images were portrayed to us.
Yes.
We didn't even like. But the dude that was cutting down the bushes when the other dude was like trying to flag the bugs on, trying to tell him where to go, right? That's what I do. The people don't respect the dude chopping down the bushes, or they don't respect the dude who say, hey man, don't step right there. That's a snake. Whoa, what? Get out of here. Boom, snake come out. Hey man, don't eat that plant. That'll kill you. They think that dude ain't smart. Right. That's what I did for those kids. But you don't know that when you're going through it. You just like, oh man, we went through the jungle and did our thing. What? Dude, if that dude wasn't guiding you, you'd have walked right into that lion's den over there if it wasn't for that dude right there. So I tell you, life is about situational intelligence. I tell you, I was telling somebody the other day, lawyers, doctors, people like that drive me crazy. They think they're the smartest people on earth, Coach. Am I lying, Hatter? I'm like, yo, man, if it comes to, like, you know, diagnosing something with the body, you're right, you are smart. But, you know, when it comes to like fixing a car, maybe you're not the smartest person in the room. It's situational intelligence in life. And my point was, this kid was very appreciative because now that he's a coach, now he understands what I was trying to tell him. And sometimes in life, you ain't always got to understand. Sometimes you just got to do because you trust the people that you're following. And it always comes down to trust, and the last word is respect. And when but you know what Booger McFarland is saying? That all these dudes running around on social media, putting their business out there, and remember we talked about this the other day? And I don't know if you want to bring this up. I said, why is it that black people always going on TV saying what they bought their mama? Like, why is that? Like, I didn't drive you.
Dude, you rich.
Yes. Mama, I just bought my
mama a car.
You supposed to buy your mama a car.
Duh.
You supposed to buy your mama a house. Like, why you got to put it on Instagram? Like I don't get it.
Chris,
Cardi B,
I don't get
I just bought Offset a limited Lamborghini for $500,000. Like really? Like, Hatter, that's us though, Hatter. But if I say something like that, you know what people say? You hating. That's Chris. Pop culture. You old. You don't get it.
Follow me here, Chris. You said something key a minute ago. You were talking about the lawyers being smart, okay? But they might not know how to do this. They might be good in this. You know what I thought that I was thinking about instinct. Told a story about going to Africa, and the guy was in the forest. He wanted to see an elephant. Okay, he wanted to see an elephant. So guess what? He had a zoologist with him, smart man, and he had a Zulu warrior with him who knew the land. You remember you said you had a guy that chopped the stuff down. Okay. Had a zoologist who know everything about animals, smart about animals, and the Zulu warrior. So Chris, they went hours with never seeing an elephant. He saw giraffe, they saw everything. The Zulu warrior never said nothing. The zoologist was giving the tour. He knows every animal, Chris. So Chris, all of a sudden, the Zulu warrior said, he hadn't said nothing the whole time, Chris. You're going to tell your
Right.
liar.
I got you.
He hadn't said nothing the whole time. And he said, the elephant over there. They went over there, and that's where the elephant was. The zoologist, with all his infinite wisdom about the jungle and about animals, didn't have the instinct to know where they were. And the guy who the guy wasn't talking to and said less words took him straight to where he was. So you made me think it's called instinct, Chris. And sometimes we got to have, and Chris, and I know you see, and Chris, I didn't realize it, but me knowing you, I would see why you would agree with everything Booger said. I agree with the content, but I just didn't like the blanket.
I get it.
That's all.
It was a frustration. It was a statement of frustration because you see kids that come from nothing. Let me tell you something, man. I got a book coming out called The Elephant in the Room, and we'll talk about that a whole nother time. And it's about the Black over-dependency on sports, but it's geared towards poverty and race. And people don't understand that poverty has a psychological effect on you. Whether you're Black or white, it's got a psychological effect. Growing up being poor does something to you. Yes. Growing up in a situation where trash is on the ground and you see it every day, or you grow up being hungry, or you grow up being less than, or it's cold outside and you don't have heat, it has a psychological effect on you. Or growing up and seeing your mom work 4 jobs and struggling, it has a psychological effect on you. So when you're a Black man and you happen to make it through that pinhole, right? Because you know that they make that thing smaller and smaller, and you make it through that pinhole, and you see some of the kids that didn't have to go through the struggles that you went through, and they given a prime opportunity, and they just piss it away, talking about I'm building my brand, or you old and you don't understand. Right and right is wrong, Hatter. That ain't never going nowhere, right? And I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen so many kids be in great situations. My kid right now that played for me named Steve Changame. Remember Big Steve?
Yes.
Chainga. Yeah. You know what Steve does now? It's the same thing. Steve is the film coordinator for the Boston Celtics. That dude had been trying forever to get a job.
Yes.
Right? He had to get his immigration stuff, had all kind of stuff.
I talked to him. He called me several times, Chris. Yeah.
And guess what? He had been out of the business. He had been working construction. And you know, he'd always tell me, Coach, I just wish I had listened. And Coach, he wanted the good ones. He wanted the smart ones.
A smart one. He went to Vanderbilt.
Smart one. But every kid, it's everybody in life, man. They need time to figure it out. But what I'm saying is, if you got people ahead of you like Robert Hatter and Chris Walker that's telling you fire is hot. Fire is hot. Why you got to burn your hand off, son?
Right.
And that's just what we are. We just prone. Because again, people can get mad at me all they want.
Let them get mad.
We grow up in our culture. 70% of the kids grow up without an African American in the household.
Male.
Yes. So you don't think that has an effect on us?
Of course.
Come on, man. So I'm not pointing fingers, right? But Hatter, the greatest enemy of knowledge, right, is ignorance. I'm sorry, it's not ignorance. It's not ignorance. It's the illusion of knowledge. We got too many people out there that think they know what they're talking about, leading people down the wrong path. That we giving credit to that don't know what they're talking about. Just because
wait a minute, just Chris, you got to say that one more time, pimp. I mean, Chris, saying, no, you got to say that one more time. I want to hear that one more time.
The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. Basically, what I'm saying is, Coach, it's okay to be ignorant. It's okay not to know. It's them clowns out there that make you think they know everything, and we following them. Those are dudes with the problem. What did I tell you the other day, Hatter? It's them willies out there.
The willies. Explain the willies again. Give me the willie. Give us, Coach. You got people who didn't hear the show the other day. Give me a willie. Give us an example of a willie.
I'm talking about Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman freed the slaves, right?
Right.
Underground Railroad. She didn't have a map, right? She followed on what you said, Hatter. Instinct. Experience. Women Rock Wednesday. Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
She freed the slaves, right? She got Willie going like, well, you sure we going the right way? Hold on, Willie. You've been on a plantation all your life. You ain't ever been outside this little plantation right here. And you're going to ask me if we going the right way. See, that's us, though. I'm telling you, that's us. Them willies. You got to watch them willies. Them willies will take you down the wrong road, man. They can talk about them Karens all they want, bro. In our community, it's them willies that's the problem.
I always got something negative to say about everything.
Man, get them willies out your circle. I'm telling you. Get them willies out your circle, man.
Hey, somebody get Jess McKee off this air. Somebody get her off this air because she killed me. Look what she said about me, Chris. You push the button up there, Chris. Chris, you know you can push. Chris, you know you can push the button. Yeah.
Detective Murtaugh.
Yeah. Hold up. I'm coming out of a hotel, man, somewhere, and this white lady talking about, you don't look like Danny Glover. I said, hell no, I don't look like no damn Danny Glover, ugly. I told her just like that, I don't look like him. But Jess, you just don't do me like that. But Chris, I mean, that was good. But Chris, it's just, I love having these, because we need these sometime, Chris. We need some of these things. We got a young cat, Deshaun Watson, right? Women Rock Wednesday. And we ain't heard about this nowhere, right?
Be careful now. Be careful where you're going now.
And all of a sudden, he say he don't want to play with the Texans no more. And then something come out about him sexually assaulting a masseuse. That's what I found out earlier, a masseuse. And it's Women Rock Wednesday. And I know a lot of the women out here don't, I want to know how y'all feel about it. I mean, if he sexually assaulted somebody, but y'all remember when I told y'all about Jack Easterby? Remember, told you. Andre Johnson hadn't tweeted, Chris, since 2019. Andre Johnson, he don't tweet. And he mentioned one name in that tweet. And that tweet said, the reason that man want to get out of something, but it mentioned Jack Easterby. And Chris, I mean, we can talk about it, Chris. I mean, I don't understand where you can be careful at. You know, we got
Well, I'll say this. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
You know, when it comes to matters like that, there's a inkling to take the woman's side right away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, being a male, and being in a male-dominated society where men get paid more to do the same job as a woman. Okay. Mm-hmm. And being in a situation with the Me Too movement going on, right? You know, it's very and listen, I'm not, only God can judge, right, Hatter?
That's right.
And
Right.
only God knows what happened between that man and that woman. And I don't know if she did something. I don't know. All I know is it's not a good look, is all I know. It's not a good look. That's all I know. So, you know, whether he's an upstanding guy or whether she's Tony Busby is trying to be mayor and trying to create a buzz, no pun intended.
Right.
I don't know. Okay. All I know is it's not a good look. And it's very difficult for women to come out and say things like that, bro. It's very difficult for women.
But the woman hasn't came out and said anything yet.
Well, yes, she did. Tony Busby did. She's speaking through him. So she did.
Through a tweet?
Through Tony Busby, through her lawyer.
Okay, but through a tweet, what about then having him arrested then?
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if they filed charges.
What about filing charges? Like you just said, think before you tweet. Through a tweet, most lawyers don't do that through a tweet. Chris Walker.
Okay, well, what? Listen, man. Listen, Hatter. What do they call the last dude to graduate from law school?
A lawyer.
Hey, thank you. So it don't mean that they're all good. I'm just saying, like, that's what that dude decided to do. Okay. And all I'm saying is, in today's world of social media, a tweet is just as good as watching the news. Instagram, you get more news on Instagram.
No. And Chris, and it's the biggest cause of disinformation and misinformation.
Hatter, so is CNN. So is Fox. Okay?
Yeah.
So are they.
Yes.
So are they. So my thing is, that's the medium that they know they're gonna reach the most people. They gotta, if whatever their aim is, right? Mm-hmm. And think about when he's trying to get what he's trying to get, it's the best time in the world for them to whatever it. I don't know. Think about it. And you may disagree with me. Antonio Brown. Mm-hmm. All that stuff he did. And we ain't heard of nothing lately, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody either got paid off, right? Because I heard something the other day that blew me away about an athlete that we all in love. And I'm like, man, I can't believe nothing never came about this dude. This dude's a great dude. And them NBA dudes pulled me aside. Let me tell you something, young fella. Right? Let me tell you something. How do you know where I'm going?
Some stuff I'm not going to tell. And some stuff I'm not going to tell. I mean, hey.
Don't believe the hype.
Yeah. That's why I respect all men, but I don't worship no man. Huh? What you say?
Like, he said, man, let me tell you something. That dude done paid off more people than you wouldn't believe. So don't believe that. So what I'm saying is, I don't know what to believe, but one thing is for sure, I do not want to take Deshaun Watson's side initially. Yeah. But you're also innocent until proven guilty. So it's an ugly situation. I think we got to let it play out. I know I'm being real media guy here.
No. But you're right.
But I'm not gonna put myself in a situation. You know why I laugh? Because you remember Aaron Rodgers, when Aaron Rodgers, remember the baseball player that got caught doing steroids? And Aaron Rodgers says, I'll bet my salary he didn't do steroids.
Brian, the boy from Milwaukee. Kid from Milwaukee.
He said, I bet my next year's salary he didn't do steroids. And he popped up dirty. And he didn't donate his salary.
Sure did.
So I'm not gonna sit up here and go one way or another because I wasn't there. All I know is when it comes to sexual assault, it's very serious. Very serious. And here's my thing, Hatter.
Okay.
When you're in a position, when you're the pastor of the church.
Yes, sir.
And you touch the deacon's wife, you can't be the pastor no more. You're right, God forgives all, but you can't be the pastor no more, bro. I'm sorry.
If you touch the deacon, if you touch the deacon's wife.
If you touch the deacon's wife, you can't be the pastor no more. You can get on your knees, you can pray, you can ask the congregation for forgiveness.
Yeah.
But you can't be the pastor no more. You can't lead the flock, bro.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's certain things you can't come back from. It is what it is. You know,
it all come out in the wash. But I'm glad you mentioned it. But what I got you here, I got a unique topic that
Myron Allen, baby.
Yeah,
Myron
what's up,
Allen,
Myron?
Buffs.
Hey,
Milby Buffs.
I got a unique topic. Baby. Yesterday, Gary Charles brought up something. We were looking at the brackets. Have you been looking at I know you looked at Grandma's bracket. But
oh yeah, I know. I got my brackets. I talked about them
have
last
you looked
night.
at your bracket?
Right here.
Have you seen where I didn't notice this because I didn't look at it. But he was just talking about some of the first round matchups got two black coaches playing against each other.
No, that tailgate.
Hold on. Yeah, because I know you on the news and you don't have to agree with me.
I'm looking at my bracket right now. I'm trying to find that matchup.
It's more than one.
Going. Keep talking, though. I'll let you know when I find it. Keep talking.
Keep
Cleveland
going.
State, Houston. Cleveland State, Houston.
Yeah.
Cleveland State, Houston.
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
Because there ain't but a couple of us that's got jobs. So let me keep going.
Well, matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up. Because guess what I did? I want to talk about the guys that I saw that were in the black coaches that were in the big dance. Let me see. I think I wrote a list of them. I'm trying to find out what a list is.
I'll do it right now.
I got it, Chris. Robert Jones, Norfolk State. Isaac Brown, Wichita State. Quanzo Martin, Missouri. I didn't know Shante Liggins. You probably know him, Eastern Michigan. I never heard of him. Eastern Washington.
Yeah.
Eastern Washington.
The light-skinned cat.
Yeah. Jawan Howard, Johnny Jones. We all know Johnny is. Pat Ewing, Leonard Hamilton, Shaka Smart, Dennis Gates, Kevin Sampson, Richie McKay, and Mike Boynton.
So this is what he's saying. So if everybody look at their brackets,
okay.
This is what I'm guesstimating. I'm gonna make a word of what he's saying.
Okay.
If you look at the East bracket,
okay,
the East bracket where Michigan is the number 1 seed.
Okay.
You got Florida State, Leonard Hamilton. You got Shaka Smart.
Okay.
You got Patrick Ewing. You got who else? I was looking at somebody else. Jawan Howard.
All of these are the same? No.
Same bracket.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. I'm assuming that's what he's saying.
Oh. Yeah.
So I don't listen. I don't honestly. I think they make matchups to try to that people want to see, like Texas playing Abilene Christian and Florida State Georgetown in the second round. They think that's a good matchup. I actually think they did both of them a favor because I think they could beat Michigan. How about that? Like they can say whatever they want, but I think Florida State could beat Michigan, and I think Georgetown could beat Michigan to play in the Final 8. Right? So
guess what I like that. Guess what I found out? Keep going.
What's that?
Because when I start looking at this Trey Phillips and the Cal Cole and all of that, when I start looking at it, Crystal Wilkes, guess what I found some unique. Chris, do you know all the people on the tournament committee this year? Do you know them?
No, what about them?
Let me give you some names.
Well, they got to be ADs.
Okay? AD, no. ADs are commissioners. ADs are commissioners, Chris. Chris, I'm helping you, baby. Chris,
I'm listening.
Mitch Bernhardt.
He's a chair.
He's a chair. He's the director of athletics at Kentucky. You got Mike Babinski, vice president and director of athletics at Purdue. You got Tom Burnett, which is white.
Southland Conference.
Southland Conference commissioner.
Yeah.
You got Lawrence Cunningham, director of athletics at the University of North Carolina. You got Charles McClendon is on there, the commissioner of the Southwest Athletic Conference. I didn't know that. The reason I had to bring that up today, we got Bernadette McGlade. She's the commissioner of the Atlantic 10. We have Mike O'Brien, the vice president of the director of athletics at Toledo. You got Jamie Pollard, director of athletics at Iowa State. Chris Reynolds is a brother. Did you know him? He is the vice president for intercollegiate athletics at Bradley. Chris Reynolds. I didn't know him. And then you got Craig Thompson, who is the commissioner of the Mountain West Conference. Yes. I sit there and Because you know what I did? Because when people get to throwing stuff out, I want to see the makeup of the people in the room. We had one woman, 2 black men, and the rest were white men. And so Chris, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my people out here because you're on TV. Yeah. This tape might. Present company excluded. Hey, y'all, what y'all think? Let me ask my people what y'all think. Hold up. Mr. Hatter, come on the show. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing out of place. So get you in trouble. So I'm not gonna get you in trouble.
I'm telling you, I don't think that's a factor. I really don't.
So
I think it's about matchups.
So you blame it on the computer.
First, I mean, so what you're saying is they got to evenly. So if they were evenly doing it that way, they would be making race a factor. If they did that, that would be making race a factor. They want the best matchups.
I think that too, Chris. I'm just saying some people been thinking this way. So I got to address it on the show. It's not saying, okay, Chris. So you saying they trying to put a marketable product out there, right? They want teams. Hold up. Somebody called me. I talked to somebody this morning. Robert, they want people that travel well. Well, goddamn, people ain't coming to the thing. A lot of people, you can't travel.
No, there's going to be people there. There's going to be people
there. Yeah, but it ain't going to be like it was.
But there's going to be people there, though.
Yeah, Chris, yeah, I mean, explain this to me then. Explain this to me, because I know this is a touchy subject for you. I'll pivot. How are they housing 68 teams? I heard they was housing them throughout the state, not just all in one city.
Yeah, they got to do because they're playing in different parts of the country. I mean, different parts of the state. Bloomington. Okay. Yeah, like I mean, it's like where Purdue is. Like there's different parts now. You know, Banker's Life is in Indianapolis. They got the fairgrounds. They got the big. I don't know if they're playing in Lucas Oil, but they have a bunch of different places. University of Indiana, Purdue. I forget where else they might. Right there in Hinkle Fieldhouse. Yeah. So like four of the locations are right there in Indy. So they're probably staying in those hotels, but they got 1 to a room. They get a whole floor. I don't even know if these guys are allowed to practice. They can't leave their room. They bring their food to them. It's almost like prison.
Especially the first 2 days. Yeah.
So you got to test positive every day. You got to test. I think you got to have 2 positive tests or 7 positive tests in a row. I mean, it's a lot for what these kids are going through, man. Like people need to understand for what these kids are going through to get to this NCAA tournament for our entertainment, right? For our entertainment. And for something, I guess, that they can value for the rest of their lives, because half of them ain't going to school right now, right?
Right.
But kids will say, "This is my dream." Here's my thing, man.
So hold on, Chris, they're not going to school. They're not going to school, right?
Half of them are going to school. But
it's spring break right now. Spring break right now.
I understand that, but I'm talking about throughout the year because most.
So why are they playing basketball games then? I thought they were supposed to be student athletes.
Because most of the other kids aren't going to school. So why should they go? But again, and I'm not saying that's for I'm not making a blanket statement. My thing is, here's my thing and this is where people call me old school, right? Why is it, and it's one of the reasons why I wrote my book, it's like, why is it that we think, and people, I mean, Boomer Room, chime in all you want. Why is it that we think sports is our savior? Sports is extracurricular. Yeah, some people get to make a career out of it. You're right. You're absolutely right. But when these kids decided to play during COVID, you know what some of these coaches are saying? They don't have nothing else. What you mean they don't have nothing else? It's all they got. What you mean it's all they got? You mean that all he know how to do is play football? He don't have no life outside of football. So what are you gonna do with football over then? That's all he got then. So what are you gonna do? Because basketball, think about it, it's a shelf life. The expiration date is coming, right? But that's all they got. Some of these kids, they can't go home. They got nothing to go home to. I'm sitting there listening to this stuff going like, it's microaggression. I'm like, man, what kind of comment is that? Yeah, okay, it's nicer at the school, but don't say I ain't got nowhere else to go, because guess what? After my 4 years up, I gotta go.
That's a good point.
So what you mean? I can't do nothing else, or
what did he say? What was his rebuttal?
Huh?
What was his rebuttal to? What was his retort to you?
There ain't no retorts to that. Well, it's better here, and okay, yeah, you're basically, taking me from my neighborhood and put me in a nicer place. Yeah, you're right, but you don't pay me. I go out there and work my butt off.
And some players have nice houses, Jim. Some players come from nice places. All players don't come from bad places.
Let me tell you something. It's a different culture when you coach as a coach in New York or on the East Coast where kids live in tenement housing and come from real tough neighborhoods. Okay. And you take your butt down there to Houston where they grow up in Sugar Land, where they got two parents that one work at UPS and another one a teacher, and they live in a $300,000 house. It's a whole different culture. Okay. It's a whole different culture.
Okay.
So some of these coaches understand, like, you're dealing with a whole different mindset, and what I'm saying is sports don't have to be the end all, but we take these kids and when as soon as we see one that can bounce a ball and run a football at any rate better than the other kids, first thing we do, we're trying to say, oh, we put him on that pedestal. He gonna be the one. Man, please, man, dude, 8 years old, man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Can he read or write? You know what I'm saying? I'm on that kick now. Now that I'm on the other side, I'm on that kick now. And people get mad, and guess when they stop getting mad? Guess when they stop getting mad?
When?
When them coaches don't call, or when things don't work out the way they want, or they the fourth string instead of the first string. And then guess what they do, Hatter? They disappear on us. They don't come back and write that tell-all book that tell us that, you know what, I'm trying to help the generation behind us. They disappear. They're not at the water cooler no more. They off Facebook. They blaming the coach, right? They blaming everybody around. They blaming Hatter. It's Hatter's fault. Hatter was hating on him. That's why he didn't make it. I'm just telling you, man, like if we really want to change what's going on in our community, man, I get it. We have special talents. I get it. Some of us are great at, and we're very creative. And I'm not trying to tell people who have a creative gene to negate that and not do that. But what I do know is, especially living up here where your son live up here where all his money at, Hatter, I know what control this world. You know what I'm saying? I know what control this world. And you're not going to get there not being smart. That's not going to happen. You're not getting in that door. You're not going to get in that door. And guess what else door you're not going to get in? It's called National Football League. It's called National Basketball Association. Just like the smartest dudes got to get in that club. I was watching it. I can't even. Oh, I wish I could say this so bad about the Rockets. I got some juicy news, and I wish I could say it, right? But it's hard for me to say it because,
there's no where it came from.
The Rockets can't win, coach. They gotta lose. People don't know that. A lot of them dudes out there playing right now, you ain't gonna see them dudes next year. They in the league right now, Hatter. They ain't gonna be in the league long. They ain't gonna be in the league long. And think about this, Hatter. You've been working all your life to do something. Think about this. You've been working all your life to get to the league. And you say, I don't care about school. School don't mean nothing to me. You work all your life. All I care is go to the gym, shoot jump shots, right? And then you make a team for 1 year. And then you're not on that team no more. And you 22 years old. And you're going to live till you 80. What you going to do with your life, Hatter? Oh, seriously, what you going to do with your life? So the next time you go get on a plane and you see that tall 6'6" dude at TSA, ask him his story. Man, no, coach screwed over me, man. And, I was supposed to go to this D1 school. Coach, if I've heard it, I heard it 1,000 times, man. I'm telling you right now, I wish that we did a better job of focusing on education, and charity and education start at home. I wish that we did a better job. Stop worrying about the government and the city and the public school system raising our kids and teaching. Yeah, okay, you got to work. I get it, but you still a parent. Then don't have no kids then. Like, stop it. Like, because at the end of the day, when they leave your house, if you really want to have generational wealth, you got to have generational smart. You got to be generationally smart if you want some generational wealth. Because unless you bequeathing homes and willing homes throughout your lineage, how else is it going to happen? How do you tell me? You know about that. How else is it going to happen?
I tell guys all the time.
It's crazy, man.
when I talk to them about this stuff, like when we go, when I go to interview, they interviewing us. We interviewing each other. One of the first things I said, use your first contract like it's your last. And I know when I leave, I know the parents that don't sign with me, Chris. I know when I leave, they like, we got that first one spent already. But I say you got to do it because 90% of y'all is going to be your last.
But Hatter, like I know, I just told you a minute about poverty. Think about, let me tell you something. People watching Roots, they watch the story Roots and don't even know what they're watching, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you a character. Mm-hmm. Chicken George, okay? You know what Chicken George, he thought about Chicken George because we're very visual. That's why we're so culturally gifted, Coach. We're very visual. That's why they get fashion from us. Chicken George be like, hey, man, the dude that wear the hat and the coat, everybody respect him. Guess what I need to get me? So I can be better than y'all. I'm going to get me a hat and a coat. Right? Mm-hmm. Chicken George got a hat and a coat, and the hat and the coat got holes in it, Coach. Okay?
I remember. Yeah.
But the other dudes don't have a hat and a coat, so he think he better than them. You understand where I'm coming from? Uh-huh. We really think we getting ahead, and we're not getting ahead. I'm just telling you.
Chris.
Because we're not trying to bring everybody else with us. We're trying to separate ourselves from them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We trying to be like, I ain't like them, though. A proximity to you know what? A proximity to the other culture. We ain't trying to lift as we climb. Okay? We trying to hop the fence.
Chris. Everybody's not, but there are some people that's lifting as their client. You just talking to the people that are not. It's awesome. What did
God tell Abraham?
Huh? Say it again.
I like to go to the books. What did he tell? Was it Abram or Abraham? What did he tell him before he went to Sodom and Gomorrah? He said, Lord, if you could find 50. Yeah. He said, Lord, if you could find 40. Hold up, God, let me stop.
Chris, it's got to be more than 50. It's got to be more than 40.
In theory, Coach. I'm saying in theory.
Yeah.
Because what he knew was he knew his people. He's like, well, hold on. I know these Negroes. Lord, can you find 20? Oh, Lord, I know how Willie and the rest of these dudes are. Lord, can we find 5? That's what's going on. Coach.
So you saying nobody in the black community help each other. Nobody. You got to be out your mind, Chris.
I didn't say nobody. Cattle, that's 40 million black people in America.
Well, okay, but Chris, Chris, see what you trying to do. It's what you're trying to do. No. It's good. It's good. Because I done peeped it now. It's a wheel been turning 65 miles an hour this way. Right? First, we got to slow that damn wheel down first before we take it the other way, Chris. Chris, it's some black. Hey, Chris, what's the gentleman name you had on our show? You put on from
Mark
CBS?
Grant.
Huh?
Mark Grant.
Mark Grant. So you mean guys like you are not in positions that y'all are on CBS because of guys like Mark Grant?
I'm not saying that. No. Again.
What are you saying? So Chris, you saying we have to do more of it. See, you got that book. You're a Booger McFarland dude. I understand.
No.
You're Chris McFarland. But Chris.
I'm trying to reach the masses.
Chris.
I'm telling you.
Chris, all I can do, Chris, all we can do is reach who we can influence. I can't do it all. I put it like this. If I infect you and you doing it, you need to infect somebody else so that they can do it. Somebody else. Chris, do you know, man? You kill me with this.
Had it. Listen, you're hearing me, but you're not listening like you always say.
You're boogering me. You got a booger. You got a booger right now. But come on.
I am boogering you because what I'm telling you is that we have a epidemic. There's a pandemic that's going on health-wise, and there's an epidemic that's going on in our community. And that epidemic is that we value certain things, and people can say I'm crazy all I want, but as soon as they get off the computer, go home in your household, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. How many of you black folks go to PTA meetings? How many of you know what's going on in your kids' report cards? How many? Listen. You can get mad at me all you want. How many of you spend more money on AAU than you do on tutoring? Get mad at me all you want.
Okay, Chris, I done took my hands off. Keep going.
Get mad at me all you want. I'm just saying. Don't you can say what you want to me, but I live it. I see them every day. I see kids give up an education to a top tier school in the world to go say, well, I'm trying to make the league, and go to Boogermo University when you know they ain't got a snowball's chance in hell to ever play basketball. And I was like, son, do you realize what you're giving away that people that have all the money in the world would kill to have, you get just because you can run a football fast?
I wish these people were outside that Papados that night, and the mess you gonna argue with me about education, and now you. But I can't believe you, Chris. Huh?
Listen, man. Listen, man.
Come on.
I'm reading some of the stuff on the Chop Shop. I'm reading. That's not fair. A lot of us do go to many. Listen, you're a unicorn. I'm just telling you, you're a unicorn. And I'm not pointing the finger.
Chris, why you have to be a unicorn because you're doing something? So guess what?
Because in our community, it's cliche to say that mama works 7 jobs to put food on the table. That's why when the NFL guy make it, he says 2 things. Thank God, put his hat on, and I'm gonna buy my mama house and get out the hood. Those are the 2 things that come out their mouth. Am I right or wrong, Coach?
Not all of them.
You tell me something.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
You know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the lion's share of them because we're dealing with.
But Chris,
poverty,
we got suburb kids are going to the league now.
I'm not. Okay, you know what, man? I'm gonna shut up because
no, Chris.
I'm trying to help. You trying to hinder. I'm trying to help. You trying to hinder. Because if they gonna be radical to keep us away from stuff, I'm gonna be radical trying to help us get to it. And what I'm saying is, when you have a blemish on your skin or acne or anything like that or a bump, you can put topical cream on it all you want because they sell it over the counter. That's what you're doing. You're doing the topical cream. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find out what's in the bloodstream. Let's go do a blood test and find out what's on the inside that's making what's happening on the outside. So what you want to do is fine because it's gonna, you know what? It's gonna make it go away. That cocoa butter gonna make that dark skin go away for a little bit. But that's the reason why certain things are happening. And I'm talking about with us, we can't be afraid to take the blood test. Stop going to CVS and getting the topical cream. That's all I'm telling you.
Chris, I see what you talk. Chris, what you don't understand, you can sit here and make these bold statements, but you got to realize that it's somebody over here, it's somebody out here thinking the way I know how this thing works.
Okay.
I'm a living example of how it works. You sit out here and told, no. You sit out and told me at Papados, man, if Kentucky had gave your son a scholarship, you would have. I said, you're a damn lie.
We're not having that conversation. Wewe're not having that conversation.
Okay, but you told me that. And I said,
no. We're not having that conversation. I don't want the boom boom room to chop you up.
Help me. And I sit there and said,
I don't want the boom boom room to chop you up.
Hey, no, but I sit there and said,
so, do I need to go to the boom boom? Do I need to go to the boom boom room real quick to get a quick? You know how they do?
No. I'm trying to help you. You saying You made a statement say you're helping and I'm hindering. No, I am challenging. What are you saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and just agree with what you say. Everything. I'm gonna make you say, okay, Robert. Well then. Okay, Robert, if you're there, instead of Robert, you're hindering him. No, you're supposed to elevate what you're talking about. That's all.
And that, you know what I'm saying?
Elevate it a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is, and what I'm saying is, if maybe you don't like the way my words are packaged.
No, your words are great.
I'm telling you is, I've lived it. You know, I've done AAU and I've been a college coach.
Yes.
I've been around thousands of parents. I've sat around thousands of parents in their living rooms. I've heard thousands of things.
Okay. I got you.
And you know my heart.
I got you.
And what I'm trying to do. And I sit there and my heart's been broken thousands of times. Because I sit there and I listen. And I'm like, Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from?
Chris, I've been in some of the same households trying to represent them.
And you know the same thing I know.
In my heart, Chris, hold up, Chris. Hold on. The school was paying for you to go out there and recruit. I was paying for it my damn self to go out there and recruit, talk to these guys. It didn't hurt. I told y'all, I never forget this, Chris, and I'm glad you said this, because I understand what you're saying. Let me show you why I understand what you're saying, okay? One of these athletes, happened to be a football player, first round pick, top 12 pick. He came to Houston. He visited me, Chris. I took him around. We had a meeting. He's 21 years old. Guess what he told me, Chris, at dinner? Mr. Hatter, I don't want to go to no more meetings. I want you to represent me. I said, man, what about your mama? What about your dad? I'm 21, man. I do what the hell I want to do. I said, man, but I feel better talking with your parents. He said, no, I'm signing. Where the paperwork? So, Chris, I'm a businessman. He's 21. He signed. Chris, but Robert Hatter, with his nice behind, said, man, I got to come meet your family. I just don't feel right. So he signed with me on Saturday. On Monday, I got on a plane. My dime flew at the last minute and flew all the way to St. Louis. I went to the house, got a rent-a-car, got a nice hotel. I went to the house, knock on the door, didn't nobody come to the door. Knocking on the door, texting him while everybody else open the door. So the mama finally come to the door. Open the door. Have a seat. I'm sitting in there, Chris. Sitting in the house. The daddy come out there. Chris, the dad is 6'3" something. Bigger than me and you put together. He come out there. Frowned up at me. Mean what Valley was speaking. The mama being nice. You want something to drink? And I'm in here. Then the kid, about 6'4", 300. So I'm between these big old. He comes sit by me. Chris. So what I did, I saw the tension. Chris, I just went through my spiel. You talking about parents not educated. I just went through my presentation. Had the mama was like, wow. Had the mama, daddy. Whole time. I ain't never met the man before in my life. Frowned up at me. So, Chris, end of the presentation, mama being nice. Get what the daddy said. Where you meet my son at? Met him at the university. Somebody introduced me to him. He done signed with you already, right? I said, yes. And I told him I did not feel right. So I wanted to come down here to make sure, everything's all right with y'all. Chris, check this out. Well, I really want to knock his ass out. Because he shouldn't have did nothing without me. I said, what? I looked at him, and he over there ain't saying nothing. Ain't no telling what did happen. I ain't never seen him this docile. Because Saturday night, he was talking shit. He was talking stuff, Chris. I got this. Daddy. So, Chris, this is what I did, Chris. I said, I don't feel right about this. I took Chris. Hold up, Chris. I'm going to be a visual. Chris, I took a contract out of my briefcase, and I tore it up. I didn't tear the actual contract up. I tore another blank one up. I'm just letting y'all know. I tore a blank one up. I did it like this because I don't want to come between no family. I got the hell out of there. Partner of mine calling me, texting me. Guess what happened, Chris? The daddy had already been paid and had a deal set for the kid long ago.
Absolutely.
That's why he was so mad at me when I came in that building. And Chris, and not to say it wouldn't have happened, and I won't want to give y'all the guy's name. a lot of bad stuff happened in this kid's life. Later on. I mean, it's just, but I saw, Chris, you talking about you going to family's house. Chris, everybody just don't get it. The daddy got bought. It ain't nothing worse than a bought man.
It happens.
You buy women all the time. Nothing against women. It's women rock women. But when a guy can be bought, it's bad. It's bad.
But here's my thing, Hatter. Here's my thing. As I said before, like, what is the root? Like where are we trying to go? Like, we want to have a real conversation.
Yeah.
We can get educated Black people to sit in the room together. Hey, man, where are we trying to go, man? We're trying to, bring wealth into our community. We're trying to, have better schools. Make sure we have better teachers. Make sure they're paid more. Let's make sure that we're involved in politics in our communities so we can get better buildings, better funding for our communities. Like people don't want to have those conversations, man.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, you know what? I'm just telling you right now.
Chris, you got a captive audience right now. These people on here,
you gotta understand, I'm not talking to just the people that are on the
chat. But they can touch other people, Chris.
Generally,
okay.
People are not interested in having those conversations.
Okay.
And my thing is, once you get a certain age, man, you got to start acting your age, man. You got to start thinking about other things other than getting a nicer car or a nicer. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with things, but I'm saying when you're rearing children and you're trying to raise the next generation, and I hate to go back to Booger McFarland. Booger McFarland was acting like a dad. And when you act like a dad, sometimes it's do as I say, not as I do. And sometimes they know more than you.
But the problem was he's not their dad.
I get it. Martin Luther King wasn't my dad either, but we followed him. Malcolm X wasn't my dad either, but we followed him. It ain't about something. I'm just saying, sometimes right is right.
No. Booger McFarland and them two guys.
No. I'm just, listen, man.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
He has a platform that, because I know Stephen A. Smith, your boy, and I don't know why, but he has a platform, right, that he can speak to what's going on because he's been in that locker room and he's seen countless dudes ruin their lives. And he sees those same kids, no matter if you got Instagram, Facebook, new cars, driverless cars, repeating the same situations, right? We had, in 1960, we probably had 70% of Black dads of kids growing up without fathers. It's 2021, we got the same damn thing going on. The same things are being repeated, Hatter. I'm not talking about other communities. I'm talking about our community. I'm not interested in what's going on over there. I'm telling you, I sit with them kids. And I'm not saying hip hop music is bad, but I sit with them kids and you know what I know how to, do you know that saying the N-word in a game will get you a technical foul? Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
You know how kids be talking?
Mm-hmm.
You say a cuss word or you say the N-word. Think about this. You say the N-word, you get a tech.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? You could be like hitting your dude like, that's good, my N. Tech. Come on, dude. But yet in a rap song.
So wait a minute. So you saying, what are you saying? Is that, cause you know you be wishy-washy on me right quick. What are you saying?
I'm just telling you.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing to you? Booger? I mean, Chris McFarland?
see, there you go.
You know, Chris, you already know me, but keep going.
But listen though, what I'm trying to tell you is that we can't have that other conversation because we all love rap music so much. It's so endeared to our culture. But I remember Big Daddy Kane. I remember Rakim. We didn't degrade women. We didn't talk crazy. And those guys were popular. KRS won.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden NWA comes along. And next thing you know, all those record companies mute the voices that are talking about other things.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
And then they amplify the voices that are talking about the other stuff. I saw P. Diddy's son singing a song one day, and I was like, dude, you grew up in New York in the fight. What you talking about? You don't know nothing about that world. What are you talking about? But unless you write a song that way, you can't be popular. You can't make money.
And the record companies won't sign you, Chris.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes.
But guess what? If a white person goes and buys that record and sings those same words, we on their head.
It's gravy.
Why? We writing it. It's making us rich. So don't write it then. Why can't they say it? So it must be something wrong with it then. So Hannah, I don't know if you know this guy named White Mike, right? You ever heard of White Mike? What his name is? I forget the guy's name.
White Mike, I done heard of him.
Did you hear the thing about Rick Ross and the Reebok thing? So Rick Ross is a rapper, and I'm sure he talks about all kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So Rick Ross, obviously popular. We all like his music, et cetera, et cetera. Rick Ross said something about raping a girl or doing some type of sexual assault thing. Because remember, Reebok used to represent him. Mm-hmm. He used to be a Reebok guy. Mm-hmm. Rick Ross said something about that. Reebok dropped him. See, it's okay when we talk negative about us. It's okay when we talk about, this. I don't even want to talk about this because I don't talk like that. It's okay when we talk about us, self-inflicted stuff. But the minute we start talking about, remember I told you about NWA, by Jerry Heller?
Yeah.
When Ice Cube said something about, he was managing them.
Yeah.
And it was okay as long as he was talking about, gang stuff and killing black folks. Yeah. The minute that dude said something about that dude, he said, we got to get the anti-such-and-such league. We got to do this.
The JDL, the Jewish Defamation League. Yeah.
But you know what? If I say that, people going to get mad at me, man.
But I learned you don't care. You don't care about, you know what? You don't care about nobody else saying it. But when I say something, Hatter, you're hindering. So I got an effect over you. I'm hindering. You said, Hatter, you're hindering and I'm helping. But I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Here's my thing. I'm more radical because you know what I tell them same kids? You know what? See, this is what people don't understand. When you in a setting at a university, when they at a PWI, them kids know exactly what they supposed to say and what they're not supposed to say. Do you understand that? They talk crazy, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm sorry, coach, my bad. Well, what you saying I'm sorry for? Because that's the music you listen to. That's how you talk to your homeboys. Why are you saying you're sorry to talk to me? You don't think I know what you're talking about? I mean, I grew up in the hood. I'm in a black fraternity. Like I know those things. But there's a time and a place for everything, bro. There's a time and a place for everything. And all I'm saying is, like, there's certain things that are indigenous style culture I'm down with, but we don't want to have that conversation. Like,
So what you're saying?
Very involved conversation. I don't want to get all the way deep into it.
You don't have to. I'll pivot a little bit.
Get all the way deep into it.
I haven't
that I think are corrosive.
Since we've been talking, have it dawned on you yet that maybe we need an upgrade on our business plan, us as a people? Okay, a software upgrade on our natural genius. Because I watched, like, you mentioned Jerry Heller, you mentioned everybody else used free enterprise and capitalism to come up except us. And I was talking to a guy the other day because he was talking about home ownership versus not owning a home, and they was going back and forth. And I said, owning a business, ownership does matter. Always remember, if you own a business, the tax system is set up for help businesses. The tax system not set up to help the individual.
That's right.
So I was thinking about the reason I was telling ownership matter. Then I gave him an analogy. I said, because nobody washes the rental cars. Have you ever washed your rental car?
Never.
Because you don't own it. You just riding that thing around and get it dirty. You don't care. That's why ownership matters. You talking about all this stuff. We just got to get in an ownership mindset, Chris. And because you was always saying what we're not doing, and I'm just saying, let's get ourselves together and let's try to own something. Because if my company get big, guess what? I'm gonna hire some more people that look like y'all. The Fortune 500 are not. They're gonna pluck the 6 super Negroes out. They gonna pluck CBS.
The talented 10th, like W. Du Bois said.
Yeah, they gonna pluck Chris Walker, put him on CBS. But see, there was some more Chris Walkers out there. So we got to upgrade our mental software, man. And Chris, that's why I'm saying I just use words different from you.
I'm glad you said that, though. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Because this is what I'm speaking to, right? So you can say you can diagnose a problem. And you're saying I'm diagnosing and I'm telling you all the stuff that goes along. Hey, man, you know, I got my sugar low, my feet swelling up, this and that. Man, I don't eat right, out of shape. And you're probably a diabetic. So you're saying but how are we gonna stop them from being diabetic in the first place? So when you say upgrade your mental software, this is what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that you're right. The heart is fine. The mind controls everything.
As a man thinking.
If your mind is filthy, your life gonna be filthy. If your mind, I'm just trying to tell you, you're not smart here, how can you make smart decisions? If you put bad seeds into the ground, how can fertile fruit grow? So if you're not teaching your children that education is important, why would they grow up and be anything other than ignorant? If you're not teaching your children how to manage their credit, how can they grow up thinking that they can do it the right? Like how is it going to happen? Through osmosis? If you don't teach your kids how to respect women, how do you think they're going to learn? They're going to learn like me and you in the locker room, but you got a bunch of sisters, so you probably learn differently. How are they going to learn? That's why having parents and having a concentric circle of adults around you and support is important. Yeah. And that's why kids that don't have that, they go down a different path. Not saying they can't be successful, but they go down a long, winding path and hope to God that God holds them and God got them. Because it's hard to come back when you don't have guidance in your life. I'm just telling you. So when you say upgrade that mental software, the question is, what are the things that lead to upgrading? Education, respect, knowing right from wrong, treating people the right way. I'm not talking about rags to riches, where you can have a Deshaun Watson story where he grew up in a trailer home, and because he can throw a football good, right? Because he can throw a football good, he get to hold a mic and tell Chris Walker what's right and what's wrong, or how to be, or how get out of here with that nonsense, man.
But Chris, the same Deshaun Watson's. That's why on this show, a lot of people told me the first time they ever heard of Robert F. Smith is when I brought it up on the show, and it's unique and it's okay. It's okay.
You're upgrading. You upgrading.
I upgrade them. Yes. And Chris, and also he's so powerful. He can buy any team that Deshaun Watson want to play for. He got enough money to buy a team. You were just bragging about what you said. Deshaun Watson get on the microphone, people go, but Robert F. Smith was able to. So, like I used to tell them guys, everybody, I say, y'all running out. I can't stop people from running after who they want to. You remember I told you the story in California. I mean, at this summer league, me and my son, I bring him to summer league in the summer so he can meet the Steve Mills of the world, all the GMs and
Roger Mason, all them,
all the people. So, oh yeah, you remember. And I never forget. Perfect example. Tammy, you probably didn't hear this story. We went to a meet. Like we was at lunch at Ari. We were sitting at lunch outside so I had a 3 NBA. I'm not gonna call their name. 3 NBA athletes with me and my son. But my son, so he sat back and watched. We couldn't eat before people kept coming. Man, give me an autograph. Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? I mean, just constant, But the exact next day, we came to the exact same pool, and he and I and Steve Ballmer sit there and had lunch. Steve Ballmer, Google him, is one of the richest men in the world. He owns the Clippers. He was one of the Microsoft guys and Bill Gates guys. No one came and asked us for nothing that day, Chris. Robert looked back and just looked at it. He said, Dad, wow. We're sitting with one of the most powerful men on the planet, money-wise. No one knows who he is. But yesterday we had 3 guys with us that he employed one of them. He employed one of them, and everybody was going crazy. Chris.
But what does that tell you, though?
We got to upgrade our mental software. That's all I'm saying. That's
right.
all.
But we would rather be famous. We'd rather be on Atlanta Housewives. We'd rather be on The Rapture. We'd rather do all these other things than understand that dude was a manager at Harvard. Like a manager on a basketball team wiping up sweat and washing the uniforms.
Who that, Chris? Who?
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
But because if you told one of us to do that, what would we do, Hatter?
Yeah.
And I ain't doing that.
Right.
I ain't doing that. Because what people don't really want to hear, they don't want to hear how they got there, Coach. See, what I tell people, if you really want to know how all these dudes wasn't just given something, okay? Don't get it twisted. You know, read the dude's story from FedEx. Read the dude. Read some of these guys' success stories.
He from Memphis.
Don't believe that they was just giving something. Oh, he just had that all his life.
No.
Don't believe that.
No, not him. Some of them were, but not
some of them. But don't believe that.
Chris, I think he got an F, a D on his paper. On his paper when he wrote about moving packages across the country. His professors gave him an F, but his business contemporary gave him an A+. This Fred Smith, the guy who, the founder of Federal Express, he got a D on that paper, Chris, because the professor with all his intellect didn't have the instinct that Fred Smith had. And now he's one of the richest men in the world. And we can't live sometimes without using Federal Express and using
Coach, Coach, do you see this phone right here, Coach? I'm telling you right now, this is not a phone. This is a machine. This is a device.
Yes.
This is a device.
Yes.
I can use the internet. I can save all my records on here.
Yes.
I can put my license on here. I can put all my files on there. I can print from there. I can watch TV from it. I can project. That's a device. That's not a phone.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I love
and
it.
What I'm saying is what I'm trying to tell Black folks is, here's my thing, and this is it won't be in my lifetime, that we have invented. All I ask every Black person to do that's got kids, and I know you're great parents, I want you to go ask your kids, name me 5 Black historians and something that they contribute to society that no one knows about. And I guarantee you, it will be very hard for them to find 2 or 3. And you could be a good parent. What I'm trying to tell you is they don't teach us that in school.
No.
Because if they did, the other culture would respect us more because they would know what our contributions are to the country. But you know why they don't respect it? Because we ourselves don't know it. If they don't know it, we don't know it. We in the same school they in. I'm just telling you. You gotta have, I'm telling, there's no way if you could be an African American and run around here and not be like, yo, we're the most powerful people in this world. We have endured insanity in this country. You know, from slavery to Reconstruction to Jim Crow to whatever you want to call it now, systemic racism that you don't see, whatever it is. We have endured it all, and we are still like hamsters on a wheel. We still running the AAU tournament, spending all our money, right? And our kids getting C's and D's. And that's all I got to say. So, because I know every last one of y'all can say whatever y'all want to me. Y'all know I'm right. We still got grown men running around here taking these kids every single place and don't know nothing about what's going on in their world.
Preach, boss.
I mean, it is what it is. You can say whatever you want to me. I see it every day.
No, yeah.
And all I'm saying is, Hatter, I'm gonna lean on you. Upgrade your what?
Mental software.
So how do you upgrade your mental software if you're not willing to listen or if you're not willing to sacrifice?
Chris, that's why every day I start this show with a fact or something that I've learned, and I just try to give the people breadcrumbs so they can go and figure. I can't explain the whole story to you. You know, Chris, I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, and I never heard of Robert Church. Robert Church was one of the richest black men ever. He was the richest black in Memphis history. Helped save Memphis. When they lost their bond, when they lost their the bonding, they wasn't no longer a city. He came back and helped them. He was born. He was born. A dude took advantage of his mom. The riverboat gambler. And the riverboat gambler let him work on his riverboat. And the young man bought real estate. He went. I mean, you got a beautiful story. I never heard that story, and I grew up in Memphis. What if I knew if Robert Church? That's why I always try to give us facts. Because I would have had something to look up. See, these young kids now got a Robert Smith to look up to.
But they don't even know who he is, though.
Yes, a lot of. If I know, not the masses.
They don't know who he is.
You know what? When he went and paid that bill, at Morehouse, a lot of more people know who he is now. Okay, right. He's so cold that he pulled up at Moore. In case you didn't know, Robert F. Smith, he pulled up at Morehouse graduation. He was the commencement speaker and told all of them, okay, I can tell it now. Every last one of y'all guys, all of your debt is free. Your debt is taken care of by me. Me and my family foundation are going to erase your debt. You're going to be able to start off your professional career with no college debt. Unbelievable. But Chris, when I knew about Robert Church, it upped my mental software because I went and studied about it. He got a Mary Terrell Church is his daughter. She went off to do some stuff. Mary Church Terrell, because she got married.
Yeah, I remember Church Terrell, yeah.
Yeah, and then Chris.
But Hatter, think about what you're saying, Hatter. Think about what you're saying, though. Uh-huh. You should almost be upset because we keeping them secrets, and you should know. So that's why I get mad when we talk about Black history and great people in our culture. Like our kids don't know. It's like we keeping it a secret that we got greatness inside of us.
Yes,
but I'm telling you, Hatter.
Yes,
it ain't that. It's that the grown-ups don't know either.
Chris, I said yes. You wasn't here, Chris. I said, if you as a parent, if you don't know nothing and you teach your kids what you know, then your kid are as smart as you. Chris, I'm sitting here mad at myself. Chris, I'm going to tell you who I'm mad at. Myself and my older brothers and sisters. I'm a little mad at them. Don't y'all tell them. I'm a little mad at them. My mom and dad gone. I can't be mad at them. I ain't gonna never be. I love my mom and dad. But my brothers and sisters. But Chris, for 4 straight years, Chris, I made a trek to New York to watch my son play Columbia. I stayed in that hotel, Aloft Hotel, right there in Harlem. Because if anybody know, Columbia is a stone's throw from Harvard, Morningside Drive. Chris, I walked up and down Lenox Avenue. I walked up and down all of this.
Adam Clayton Powell, yeah.
I never knew I didn't know who in the hell Adam Clayton Powell was. I walked by his building. I said he one of the most powerful Black men in the history.
In the history.
Go Google it. In history. Chris, I did a whole 30, 40 minutes on him on this show. Chris, tears came to my eyes because I went there 4 years and passed. He got a building, Chris. He got a building, the Adam Clayton Powell building. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But see, Hatter, the other culture, they don't forget George Washington.
No.
They don't forget none of their people.
Right.
They don't forget Harry Truman. We're going to talk about the war. We don't know none of our people. We just know Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and George Washington Carver and Frederick Douglass. I'm just telling you, they are so great. Like, you would be inspired. You would be inspired if you knew what we had to endure, right? What you had to endure to get to where we are. And it ain't just about Quavo and Offset. And I ain't saying there's anything wrong with them. It ain't just about LeBron and whichever, whatever football player and AB. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is it is easier to be a successful businessman, right? A successful lawyer or doctor than it is to be an NFL player. And last point I'll make, people don't even know that some of these people on TV that you want to be like, or some of these athletes that you want to be like, you make more money than them. You make more money than them. You guys only see Dak Prescott contract. It's 53 dudes on the roster now.
Yeah.
Some of y'all make more money than these dudes.
Some of us, not everybody, Jimmy. Because the minimum wage it's according to how many years he stay there. But right. I know what you're saying.
But these rookies, like y'all got to be idolizing these dudes. Y'all got better life. I was out in New York one night. I was like, oh, who's this dude right here with John Wall and a couple other guys? Oh, that dude there, he played for the Giants. I said, that dude played for the. But because I'm just telling you, right? We visual,
right?
I'm telling you, man. Like we think, like, well, he's got to be great because he's on television, or he's got to be this. Yeah. No, man. Charity and education start in the home.
Chris,
I'm just telling you, man. Like
unbelievable, man.
We can change this thing tomorrow. We can change this thing tomorrow. I'm telling you.
We can change tomorrow. How?
Up the same thing you said. I'm gonna jump on your thing.
I got
but you got to tell them how to upgrade it, Hatter.
Okay.
It ain't just about making a blanket statement about upgrade.
Can I share you something? Can I share something with you? Can I share something with you? We're a little over time, but I don't care. I'm gonna share something with you. And I want y'all to write this down. All I know is what I learned. All I know is what I learned. Let it sink in a minute. No matter how many books, Chris Walker, that I've bought, I only know the ones that I've read. Some of us bought books last year and they haven't even cracked the pages yet. Finna help you, Chris. You asked me, right? And you show people your library. Some people show people their library and impress them on their books. I've been watching a lot of that during my Zoom calls, Chris. But buying information doesn't give you revelation. You can buy the books all you want to. Chris, you said help them, right? 90% of the knowledge you need is right there in your house in a book that you never read. Every time you pass by a library, knowledge incriminates you. So don't blame the devil. Don't blame your mother-in-law. Don't blame the teacher. Don't blame the school system. You don't need a teacher to learn. I didn't need a teacher to teach me about Adam Clayton Powell. I heard that name, Chris. I started taking classes at the beginning of the pandemic. I had a class every Saturday that I had to sit in 2 hours and learn. That's how I learned about Adam Clayton Powell, because I wanted to know about my Black history. You don't need a professor to make you read a book. You say you won't help, right? Guy was telling a story. Check this out. He was glad to be in school, paid all his money to be in school, glad to be in school, paid his tuition, did everything. And the teacher came in there. This great reservoir of knowledge walked in his room. His first day of class, he's a freshman. And all the teacher said was in there for 5 minutes and said, we have 5 books to read 5 chapters, write a paper, and I'll see you tomorrow. The young man looked around and said, where you going? I paid all this money. And you walk in this room for 5 minutes? A college instructor? You spent all that money on someone to tell you to go read a book? Chris Walker, knowledge is freedom. Excuse me, knowledge is the key to freedom. And Chris, it's going to be a little controversial. But the key to knowledge is it's got to be checked carefully. Chris, I'm going to repeat that one. I don't want nobody to forget this one. Knowledge is the key to freedom. But the key to knowledge has got to be checked carefully. And what I mean, I used to think that knowledge was power. Tammy, Daryl Barnes, what's up, man? I used to think knowledge was power, but that's not necessarily true because you can learn the wrong thing, Chris Walker. Jesus said the only thing that can set you free is not knowledge, but knowledge of the truth. It's dangerous to learn something. It's dangerous to learn the wrong thing well, Chris, I'm sorry. Chris, I got to, it's dangerous to learn the wrong thing well. Some people are experts at in error. So knowledge doesn't mean you're smart, Chris, because you may have learned, what you may have learned might not be true, Chris. The most dangerous thing for a person to have is knowledge that is erroneous and they believe is true. Look what happened to the Capitol on January the 6th. The most dangerous human, Chris, being I've ever met is one who had zealous error. People with zeal, but who are wrong. Excited about it, but they're wrong. And it's the cause of great tragedy in our humanity, Chris, and in the history of man. Most of the problems of our past are results of zealous and erroneous people. People who had information, Chris, but the information was wrong. But they thought it was right and they were zealous about it. You want me to give you an example? Hitler, for example, believed that everybody else was subhuman and the Aryan race was the only true human race. And that error made him massacre millions of people. The Crusaders, who were Christians, were in error when they killed thousands of people in Europe because they had a theological error and tried to force people to Jesus with the sword. It's amazing what we do with error. We defend it vehemently. That is why Jesus said knowledge of the truth will set you free. Not just knowledge, but the truth.
Chris, that's why I said before, the enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It's the illusion of knowledge. It's the people out there. So basically what you said, and that was beautiful what you just said. Be careful who's in your circle. Get rid of them willies. I'm just telling you.
That's why I came back to it.
Something about a sheep, right? You got to realize God told Moses, before God allowed Moses to lead the people out of Egypt, Moses had to become a sheep herder. Do you understand that? He had to learn how to herd sheep before God allowed him to herd man.
Preach it, Doc.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people don't, you have to be careful. I don't let people in my circle that tell me what I cannot do. 98% of the people in this world, right, are idea people. Only 2% are executionists. You understand what I'm saying? I don't hang around idea people.
Chris, this is one of your ideas. We talking right now on this thing around the world was one of your ideas.
Execution. And you guys have taken it to another execute. I had to get Robert Hatter in there. Robert Hatter was like, man, I can't do that. Man, yes, you can. Man, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Shh. You're going to come in here and sit in here next to me and you're going to do this.
Sure did.
Right or wrong? Tell the truth.
You're right. You're right.
And you came in and look what's going on.
Yeah.
Dude, executionists hang around people that lift as they climb. Gate openers, not gate closers, not gatekeepers. That's important. That's how you grow in life. Hatter, iron sharpens iron. You build a muscle through resistance. Stop hanging around them folks that's keeping you right where you are, keeping you comfortable. You're uncomfortably comfortable. I'm just telling you, man. That's how I live my life. Oh, that's how I've evolved to live my life. You hang around people that can't check you when you're wrong, can't tell you your breath stink, can't tell you need to drop a few pounds, can't tell you need to stop saying the N-word so much, can't tell you that's the kind of people because that's your comfort zone. That's your comfort. You don't want anybody that's gonna make you better.
Chris, I got several
that's
people.
Called being a hater.
Soon as this show is over with, every day, I got several people that call me from all over the country telling me, critiquing me on the show.
Yeah.
And I love it. I used to love, you've been gone, but you used to say, Hatter, you do this, you do this. I mean, I'll never forget that, man. And I know you were planting seeds, but but guess what I did? I tried to take that seed and water that seed and make some. Cause guess what, Chris? What you put into me, I'm putting into other young people.
That's right. And you know what I tell people all the time, stop. Like, I love people that see something in me that I didn't see in myself, right? That motivated me and inspired me to do something and be a part of something greater than myself. As God is in heaven, and y'all know, I love making other people more successful than myself. There's no greater joy that I can get. Hey, man, I made that happen for that dude. I don't even care about me because I understand the way God works. See, people don't sometimes, God think he got it all figured out. I got God figured out too, okay? Yeah. I realize that if I help everybody else, God gonna help me. So hold on. So you mean to tell me, if I help everybody I can help, that the most powerful being in the world and all of the universe gonna help me? I'd rather him help me than you help me, Hatter. So I'm gonna give you my all. I'm gonna help every kid I can.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes that help ain't gonna be the help they want to hear.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna help because I want God to bless me. So I'm gonna bless others. And so it's hard for people. That's why I'm saying in our community, we don't want to see Robert Hatter living that life.
Right.
We don't want to see the teacher living that life. We don't want to see. We can't stand to see that because it's not good. Because our eyes, Hatter, ain't used to seeing that. It's not used to seeing that. We're used to seeing the other people live a certain way. We're not used to seeing us. Man, first thing we say is, "Oh man, how you live here? I got a job. What you mean? How I live?" You would never ask Ted that. Because our eyes, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man, if you want to really watch, I want people to watch television one day and just sit there in front of television for 24 hours or go to BET. I want you to go to Netflix and watch all the shows on Netflix. Then I want you to go to BET and watch all the shows on BET and watch the genre. And then you're going to ask yourself, we more than that. Why is it we only got movies like that? We more than that. You know why, Hatter? Because the people that they let make movies sometimes ain't representative of the greater good of.
No, it's entertainment.
It's just the people that they allow to be popular.
Yeah, it's entertainment, Chris. And they
got some new people that are making movies now.
That
are changing the world. You know what I mean? I don't know if you saw that movie Antebellum. I just saw it the other day.
Oh my goodness!
But there are people that are making Ava DuVernay.
The
dude that made Black. I mean, there are people that are making shows. Right. I'm just saying, like the majority of it is nonsense. I'm like, man. But you know what people say? I'm just making music that reflect my neighborhood. Bro, hold on, bro. You lost your mind, bro. I'm just making music. Hey, bro, let me ask you a question, Mr. Neighborhood Guy. When they stop telling you that you're not going to get a $10 million advance because you say the N-word, are you going to stop saying it or you going to keep saying it? What you think he going to do, Hatter? Because that's what it all comes down to. If you really want to stop it, go where the money at. Because that's what I'm just telling you. And so, you know, hey, man, we can go all day long, man.
Yeah,
you know,
Chris,
I love being on the Chop Stop.
And Chris, what I like to tell people to share the show, this stuff, I mean, this the kind of stuff, and I know y'all sometimes y'all share this show. And if your friends are not subscribed, make sure your friends Chris, we got to start being intentional about sharing this show. We got to start being intentional about subscribing. You're intentional. What'd you say, Chris? We're intentional about everything else.
Everything else.
Why can't my friend, hey man, let me see your phone. Go to YouTube, type in Chop HTX, subscribe, you in. You in. I mean, Chris, I do it everywhere. Chris, I know the people be saying, this dude, he crazy. I said, come here. You like sports? That's what I do. You like sports? I said, I got something I want you. I got one. This Women Rock Wednesday. And women, and guess what? And shout out to the women. We shout out to women all the time. And thank you, Chris, for coming up with the concept, this platform and this concept. And man,
we can't, man. Listen, I got a platform now. Hopefully one day we see this. We see the Chop Shop on Sirius XM radio.
Yeah,
because like I said, Cattle, we trying to, people.
We're trying to touch the world. I know
exactly.
Yeah, but Chris,
but because it's not just a sports show; it's sports culture. Because we're dealing with our culture here, right. And we have to retrain the brain. Like you said, upgrade your software. You ever see your phone? You got to upgrade your phone. It takes some time. It's going to take 10 minutes. It's going to take a day. We got to, because they got to clean out all that other stuff that was in there, right? And some of us got too much stuff in our head, and we can't upload nothing else. So sometimes you got to clear out something so you can upload. You know what I'm saying? And some of us ain't got no space. You know what I'm saying? We need more space. We got to buy more data. Or we got to erase data. You either got to buy more data or you got to erase data. I'm just telling you, man. It's just what it is.
Hold on. Keep talking, Chris, because I got something I want to share with y'all.
Yeah, go on and share it. I mean, like I said, I know we didn't win in overdrive, but I just want to listen. Anybody want to check me out? I'll be on CBS every night this week for the March Madness on CBS Sports Network. You can check me out, and it'll be fun talking about the brackets. And, everybody be locked into March Madness. We'll see if TSU, I'll be on there tomorrow talking about TSU. We'll see if TSU and Johnny Jones can get it done.
Chris, take us through
I think Johnny Jones gonna win tomorrow.
Because you're not going to be on tomorrow. Take us through. Just take us through.
I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm going to be on tomorrow.
You come back tomorrow. Okay. But the show, but when the show comes on, we're going to already be into the tournament. So give us some stuff to look for tomorrow. Give us a few things.
Well, tomorrow is the first four games.
Okay.
So you got Johnny Jones playing.
Okay.
Right? They play Mount St. Mary's. And you got Drake, which is Isaac Brown, who just became the head coach. African-American brother, young brother, became the head coach of Wichita State. They play Drake. So those are the two games tomorrow, the first four. And I think they both are going to win those games. So those guys hopefully will move on. If Wichita State wins, they will move on and play Kansas. And I want to say if Johnny Jones wins, I got to look. Oh, I got the bracket right here.
Yeah, go.
I want to say they play Illinois. If Johnny Jones wins, Texas Southern. Where's that? Texas Southern. Who do they play? TSU. I know it's on there somewhere. A bracket all ripped up. They play.
I saw it too, Chris. Who they play, y'all? I saw it. Let me look at.
Oh no, Texas Southern plays. They play Michigan.
Oh, so two black coaches.
They play Michigan.
Chris, Chris, I know you gave a lot of stuff today, but I just saw it. I just thought about something. What you said, and I'm gonna give people 90 seconds of hope. Is it okay? 90 seconds of hope. You can time 90 seconds of hope. Friend of mine, they said recently, I saw it. They said recently they took a trip to New York. Okay, it's not my story. It's somebody else's. He said to New York City. He said with his friends, they went to Saks Fifth Avenue. Okay, as soon as they walked in the door, they saw the signs everywhere that said jewelry. It was a sale. Okay, so they went to the jewelry department and they asked about the Gucci watch, and they asked them how much was it, and how much to their amazement, they said this watch. No, it was a Louis Vuitton watch. I'm sorry, it was a Louis Vuitton watch, and he said it's not on sale. Now the store says sale, right? They go in Saks, they say sale all over the store. But when he asked about the watch, they were amazed. He said it was a regular price. He said he asked the sales clerk, how does it that this not on sale? And she said, hey, Gucci, what's that? Louis Vuitton, don't go on sale because it hold its name and it knows it. It holds its name and it knows its value. When you know who you are and you know what that name has been placed on you, nobody can reduce it, because seduction is to be put your value on sale. Okay, seduction. So hope not, Jimmy. So then they said they left Chris. They left the jewelry department and went to the shoe department. This women rock wisdom, right? So women, don't let nobody put your value on sale. Don't let nobody put your value on sale. They said they left the jewelry department and went to the shoe department. They looked at the pair of shoes and they said, what size shoe? They said size 13. And then they brought the shoes back, but the shoes didn't look the same as the display model. They were discolored. The shape was a little off. And he looked around. He said, that's not the one that I ordered. He said, I said, that is why it looked different. It's the exact same pair of shoes, but too many people have tried that shoe on. And because they tried it on, the shape gonna be different. And the color's gonna be different. So when you know your value, don't let other people try you on. Wait till the right one comes to fit your size. I'm Robert Hatter, and I approve this message.
Hey, Hatter.
90 minutes of hope. I'm sorry, Chris. Yeah.
I love that. Hey, let's talk a little bracket talk real quick.
Okay, come on.
On the bracket.
What you see?
I'm gonna pick my upsets. So I know Rick's gonna love this. I'm gonna pick my upsets. Now,
let me write. Can I cheat?
When it comes to the brackets, you can't go chalk. You can't just let the higher seeds go every single time. You gotta pick some upsets. So I'm gonna give some people. You pick your own bracket to wait. Don't do like my grandmother and wait till the game is over and write the names in. Don't do it that way. All right? It's because you got to pick your bracket. Now here's my final four. I'm gonna work my way back. My final four. Is Iowa. Alabama. Coming out the East. Illinois coming out the Midwest. And Ohio State coming out the South. I feel bad for you Baylor people, but I think they're gonna get beat.
I'm a Baylor guy.
Frank White, you lost your mind. Talking about Winfrey gonna lose to Villanova. You lost your mind. Rabid mind saying that. Now
get him, Frank. Come on.
So on the first day, which is Thursday, really is the first day of the tournament. I'm picking the upsets. All right. Go make you a couple of dollars. I'm gonna pick St. Bonaventure over LSU. I know the Bayou Bengals gonna be mad. I'm telling you games to look at. VCU Oregon. That's a game to look at.
Who to pick? I just look at
picking. Do you look at it? Well, who watching the show before I give my pick? I got some.
Okay. You just said watch that game. That's a game to watch.
That's a game to watch.
VCU what? And who? VCU
Colgate, Arkansas.
Jim, that might be.
That's a game. That's a track meet. Arkansas is the second highest scoring team in the country. They top 5 in damn near every category.
And Colgate first. Colgate first.
I'm telling you, game to watch. They probably gonna get the brakes blown off them, but it's a game to watch.
Okay. All right.
San Diego State, Syracuse.
What?
Yeah,
it's a good one. Good one to watch.
San Diego State's a 6 seed. San Diego State's a 6 seed. Syracuse is the 11th seed. Georgia Tech, Loyola Chicago. Georgia Tech, Loyola Chicago.
All that work Josh Pastner be putting in, you think that's going to be a
Georgia Tech, Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago is the number 1 defensive team in the country, the number 3 offensive team in the country.
I'm writing it down. Okay.
All right. Creighton versus UC Santa Barbara.
I hope Creighton get beat.
I'm just telling you the ones to watch. You pick who you want. Other than that, everybody else going to get the brakes beat off of them. Other than that, everybody else
you need me?
Don't get the brakes beat off of them. Well, Rutgers, Clemson, that's really a pick 'em because they both high majors. I'm not going to even go there. I'm just saying the games that the upset games is you got to be really tricky games. I mean, when TSU win and they play Michigan, they're going to get a 40-piece with barbecue sauce put on them. So that's what's good. So you can forget that one. They got no shot.
But Chris, let me tell you something. I'd be remiss Shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy working on that icebreaker. Y'all calling him at last minute with all these changes. And then Sandra can't help as much. Sandra, y'all, was the engine. Jimmy was the car, but Sandra was the engine. Now he got to be the engine and the car, and now he got to do all of it himself. And when he saw that Chris, he had texted me. He said, "Man, I'll be on in 4 minutes." But when he saw me and Good Talk and Walk on here, he said, he good. It's just like old times, man. You came back like you do. Dude, you just.
Hey, man, we just do it. Hey, I forgot one more pick. Georgetown, Colorado. We got to pick Big Pat. We got to go with Big Pat. Georgetown, Colorado. They're a 12 seed.
Okay. I had picked that anyway.
But see, you if you want to, and I'm not betting anything, but if you want to win money, you got to pick upsets. You can't pick you got to pick the ones that people don't think can win.
How you win money? They got money. How you win money? I don't know how you win money.
Come on.
No, man. I'm talking. Oh, you talking about betting? I don't bet online.
I don't bet either. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you want to,
you can bet online. So these some good.
You got to pick games that no one else would ever think would happen. Whatever the upsets.
All right.
That Villanova mess. I don't know. Franklin lost his mind. I'm about to go.
Hey, I heard Winthrop. Hey. Y'all don't have your point guard Gillespie. I heard y'all gonna get your head tore off.
Listen. You have lost your mind. I don't even want to. I don't even. We got the coach. Our coach getting ready to go to Hall of Fame. He coached in the Olympics. He won 2 of the last 4 national championships, and he's the coach of the decade. If you think one player, and we got about 4 or 5 4-star, 5-star players, you think one player is the reason why all that happened, man? Come on, bro.
Oh, so when AD go down, don't y'all team change?
Well, LeBron had that trip dub last night. LeBron had a trip dub last night? Hold up. And did he have a trip dub night before?
Hold up. Let's not talk about the night before.
He had trip dub.
No. No. He had it. But I want you to talk about. Can you talk about what my nephew did 2 nights ago?
He got a 30-piece with barbecue sauce put on. That's what he got.
No. I'm talking about I'm talking about James Harden. 21, 15, and 15.
I like James.
Can you buy that? Hold up. As the dude on the Mac said, Richard Pryor said, can you buy that? 21, 15, and 15.
Listen, I'm a Richard Pryor fan, but you know what he ain't got?
What?
He ain't got them rings yet, Coach. He still ain't got them.
We ain't talking about no rings right now. We talking about this year.
But he always had stats, Coach.
Well, guess what? Guess what, though? So he followed LeBron's.
I don't blame him.
Okay, thank you.
I don't blame him.
Thank you. Okay.
I don't blame him, but we'll see. We'll see.
And shout out.
I know one thing about the Rockets, letting Boogie Cousins run him out of there, and John Wall. I bet they loving life right now, huh? They found out real quick what it's like.
But they didn't run him out of here. He was gone.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
They made it real unpleasant.
Boogie gone too. Player.
Exactly.
Chris. Chris, when you coming to town? I got something for you. When you coming to town?
Not to April, after the Final Four.
After the Final Four, we going to 13. James got his own restaurant in this town. It's called 13.
What? Good for him.
Hold up. Jameson Morrow took his whole family out there last night. He posted it on Facebook. Him and his family had a great time.
Did they have masks on? Did they have masks on?
Yeah, they had masks. Not when they were taking the pictures.
Crazy down there, that 100% with your governor.
No, most people are wearing masks. Most people. Hey, you better wear your mask up there where you at. But man, let's slide down. Let's do the Jimmy Hicks. Let's slide down Dino's back. And what's the other thing he said? And yabba dabba do this thing. And we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Chop shop, we out.
Peace out.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the